Semua bagi nombor.
Hello. Hi. Can someone verify? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, teacher. Okay. Good, good, good. All right. Okay. I'm so sorry. Just now my screen just froze. Then I had to go out and come back again. All right. How are you
Okay,
guys?
it's okay, teacher. I'm good.
Fine, teacher.
Definitely very
Good. Very good.
you all are looking forward to bio tomorrow, huh?
Yes.
How was
Teacher.
physics? How was physics?
Good, teacher.
Good
Good,
lah,
good.
good lah.
Tak okey.
50-50.
Okay, okay.
Sangat-sangat tak okey.
Sangat-sangat tak okay. Alright.
Okay.
Okay. Never mind. What is under the bridge? Kita tak boleh buat apa dah. Just
Teacher,
leave it.
teacher.
Right? Yes.
Cantik lah teacher. You are looking very beautiful, teacher.
Thank you. Nice, sorry. You teacher just like that and came lah. No time lah. You're so sorry. Okay, guys. Okay, sorry lah. Teacher ni kan selalu guna guys kan. Because asyik ajar budak lelaki kan. I think there are some boys, my school boys, Asis boys are also here. Right? If yes, say hi.
Hi.
Hi. Adalah tu. Alright, okay, dears. So actually, yeah, that's the thing. So today we are doing a sharing session. Alright.
Yes.
We are doing a sharing session for paper 3. Alright. Okay, one thing that you need to understand is paper 3 ni, one thing I would like to tell. Paper 3 ini ialah is a very, very technical paper. Okay. The most important in this paper is technique. Alright. So what teacher giving you today, okay, what teacher giving you today can be applied to any question that comes out tomorrow. You get what I mean?
Yes.
Right?
Teacher.
Listen to me carefully. Kalau you dengar betul-betul dengan teacher kan, kalau you tak faham, you tanya ke apa ke kan. Kalau you dengar betul-betul, benda ni sama saja. Eksperimen sahaja yang berbeza. Tapi tekniknya semua adalah sama.
Teacher.
Tekniknya semuanya adalah sama. Alright?
Teacher.
Yes.
Before we start our conversation,
Yeah.
boleh teacher translate tak in Malay? Sebab because I learn bio in Malay, not English.
Okay. Yalah, kat sini ada DLP and non-DLP kan?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
apa kita mix lah, boleh kah?
Boleh.
Alright, okay. So so paper 3 ni sangat-sangat technical. Okay, dia ini paper 3 ni dia apabila apa yang teacher ajar hari ni, dia sangat menggunakan dia yang lain semua tukar break. Theophilus admin, can you please have to shut all this unwanted flies. Apalah, teacher tengok kopi dari pukul 6 tak habis minum lagi. Banyak busy tau. Alright, okay. So so dia ni adalah sangat-sangat technical. Okay, so apa yang kita akan buat ialah apa yang teacher akan tunjuk untuk last minute. Because last minute I don't want to kacau apa yang cikgu you dah ajar. Alright, tapi take this session as session untuk memperkukuhkan. Alright, so sesi untuk memperkukuhkan teknik kamu. Alright, okay. So teacher sebenarnya dah hantar pada admin contoh soalan, tapi dia tu adalah soalan yang dahulu kala punya tau. Why is because dia mempunyai semua kemahiran saintifik yang boleh ditanya. Alright, kita ada 12 kemahiran saintifik and 12 itu pun boleh ditanya. So sebab itu teacher bagi soalan yang itu. Alright, okay, kejap ya, teacher share screen kejap. Yeah. Alright, okay, inilah yang teacher share pada admin kamu ni. Alright, so soalan ini adalah tentang fermentasi pada yeast. Okay, soalan ini adalah fermentasi pada yeast. Jangan tanya teacher ini ke yang akan keluar esok. Saya tak nak jawab soalan tu. Okay, tanya pun teacher akan buat bodoh. Kan? Okay, tapi remember, kenapa teacher pilih soalan ni ada sebab, and remember teknik dia adalah yang paling penting. Okay, you guys ini selalunya student last minute you are more focus on jawapan. Boleh tak kita tengok teknik sedikit? Okay, and tengok bandingkan dengan apa yang cikgu you ajar. Mungkin you boleh upgrade sedikit. Itu saja. Jangan kacau apa yang you sudah sedia ada. Alright, okay. So kita tengok eksperimen ini. Eksperimen ini adalah fermentasi yeast. Okay, fermentasi yeast, di mana dia ni eksperimen ini adalah eksperimen yang sangat susah dibuat. Okay, kenapa dia ni untuk the setup the apparatus pun dia akan mengambil masa berjam-jam. Okay, dia akan mengambil masa berjam-jam. Alright, but idea dia adalah sama. Okay, idea dia adalah fermentasi yeast pada yeast ini, fermentasi pada yeast. Tengok teacher guna perkataan fermentasi pada yeast, bukan fermentasi yeast. Alright, ada sebab teacher nak bagi tahu satu perkara tu. Alright, fermentasi pada yeast ini kamu boleh ukur apa cara pun, banyak cara dekat dunia ni. Kau pergi je lah YouTube, dalam textbook kita lain macam dalam dia ada macam-macam jenis. Tapi konsep dia adalah sama. Itu yang you perlu tahu. Okay, konsep dia adalah sama. So bermaksud apabila dia bagi apa jenis soalan pun, you must be able to apply this concept. Itu penting. Alright, okay, macam mana kita nak buat eksperimen ini? Eksperimen ini 15, dia ada peratus lah yeast dengan glukosa, larutan glukosa dide, lepas tu ada yeast. Alright, okay, kenapa dia letak paraffin oil? Siapa boleh jawab? Kenapa dia letak minyak paraffin?
Untuk menghilangkan
oksigen.
Carbon dioxide tidak
Oksigen masuk.
Tengok you sudah ada idea tu, you
Prevent
sudah ada.
oxygen.
Because kita tak mau oksigen
Oksigen.
masuk.
Dari atmosfera
Masuk ke dalam. Right, betul. Itu juga sebabnya kita nak we boil the glukosa. Lalu glukosa itu pun kita kasih didih. Kan?
Yes.
Kita kasih didih pun kenapa, sebab itulah kita kasih didih. Kerana kita nak memastikan situasi ini ialah nobody can argue with you, 100% fermentation. Saya tak nak aerobic respiration. Saya nak fermentasi je. So kalau you nak fermentasi je, inilah perkara-perkara you kena buat. You kena pastikan tak ada oksigen masuk. And you kena pastikan glukosa tu apabila you start eksperimen pun tak ada oksigen di sana. 100% tak ada oksigen. Okay, barulah kita punya result tu valid. Alright, itu fungsi paraffin oil. Lepas itu apabila fermentasi itu berlakukan, tengok tak teacher guna perkataan fermentasi. Right, perkataan fermentasi. Fermentasi ni kita apabila dia fermentasi ni, apa gas yang akan dibebaskan?
Carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide, very good. Saya nak tanya, ada budak tanya tau kat sekolah. Teacher, apa jadi pada alkohol? Kenapa alkohol tak ada ke? Alkohol tidak menyebabkan dia naik ke? Valid question also. Kenapa kita kata carbon dioxide saja? Siapa boleh jawab? Kenapa alkohol tak ada ke?
Ada.
Tapi kenapa kita tak cakap alkohol?
Alkohol tu bau.
Bukan. Alkohol tu sudah meruap lah dia. Alkohol kan dia meruap kan? Kenapa kita guna alkohol dalam minyak wangi? Dia tu dalam suhu bilik dia akan meruap. So apa yang terperangkap di antara larutan yeast dengan glukosa tu adalah you punya carbon dioxide.
Teacher, kalau meruap dalam English apa teacher?
Meruap is evaporate.
Oh,
Evaporate. Kan? So you see that is the reason kan kita makan bread and so on kan. Ada budak tanya saya, teacher kan asis kan, budak selah all Muslim kan, dia tanya, teacher, alcohol fermentation got alcohol, ethanol lah? Yes dear. So bread all contains alcohol lah? Yes dear. That means it's not halal lah. Hello dear, when you put inside the oven, all the alcohol evaporate. So don't worry, your bread all halal, your pizza all halal. Kan? So sama juga kat sini, benda ini you kena ada 3 perkataan sajalah you kena ingat. Fermentasi alkohol, jangan guna fermentasi yeast. Jangan guna fermentasi yeast. Because, saya bagi you sebab. Kenapa kita tak boleh guna? Semua ada buku teks form 4 kah?
Yes, we have right now.
Okay, please open because benda-benda kecil macam ini yang akan menyebabkan markah bagi kamu. Alright? Okay, you tolong go to page 115. Kan ini ialah respirasi, aerobic respiration. Sorry lah, teacher ada bahasa Inggeris punya saja kan. Aerobic respiration, right? Okay, you have aerobic respiration. Lepas tu you ada fermentation, fermentasi kan? Under the fermentasi, you ada berapa jenis fermentasi?
Ada 2 teacher.
Dua saja. Ada yeast fermentation sana ke?
Ada
ada.
alkohol.
Ada kan? So
Ada.
you jangan guna. You jangan guna perkataan yeast fermentation. Faham tak? Untuk sebagai tajuk boleh because itu menunjukkan sebagai fermentasi itu berlaku pada yeast. Tetapi apabila kita nak buat explanation semua, tolong jangan, dalam paper 2 pun sama juga. Kita tak boleh jangan guna perkataan fermentasi yeast because there's no such thing as yeast fermentation. Yeast undergoes fermentation, yes. Sorry lah, teacher nak cakap laju bahasa Inggeris pula keluar, kan? Tapi dia punya fermentation dalam buku teks yang dia bagi kamu ada dua saja. Fermentasi yeast dengan fermentasi lactic acid. Itu dua saja. Fermentasi alkohol dengan fermentasi lactic acid. Apalah saya membuat salah. Kan? Buku jatuh. Alright? So these are the things. Lepas itu tolong jangan guna perkataan oxidize. Dioksidakan. Kenapa tak boleh guna?
Yang tu macam ras nanti.
You guna oxidize, that means ada oksigen lah. Kita susah payah make sure letak paraffin oil tak mau oksigen. You dide itu glukosa tak mau oksigen. Lepas tu you kata oxidize, dioksidakan. Mana boleh?
Teacher,
Faham tak?
if rate of yeast fermentation can use?
Rate of yeast fermentation. Yes, why is because that is actually a title. But when you are explaining, don't use that. That's why I say avoid using the word yeast fermentation. Use the word alcohol fermentation. Okay.
Yeah, but we can say fermentation in yeast, right?
Yes, you are right. Fermentation in yeast and it undergoes alcohol fermentation. You get the difference? Because I'm not a language person, But according to your textbook, there are only two types of fermentation. Alcohol fermentation and lactic acid fermentation. So that is why I am dead against using the word yeast fermentation.
Teacher, for example, if they ask us a gas that might be released, right? So are we supposed to only write carbon dioxide or we are supposed to write in full like carbon dioxide gas?
Carbon dioxide doesn't matter. Carbon dioxide is a gas lah dear.
It doesn't matter we put the word gas behind or no,
Doesn't
right?
matter. Doesn't matter. It is a universal truth that carbon dioxide is a gas. Right, at this situation. So it's not that important trivial matter that it has to be a gas. Carbon dioxide is released is good enough. All right. Okay, shall we go into as we go on, actually that's the thing. I tak ada a strict schedule how I'm going to go about it. But I just want to make sure semua teknik 12 kemahiran tu teacher nak make sure you tahu hari ni, malam ini esok pagi you bangun fresh. Alright. So this is actually dia punya MV ialah apa? Masa. You kena dapat any type of experiment, you must find what is the MV. Okay, you kena tahu mana itu MV dia tu, you kena tahu. Alright.
What's the meaning MV in Malay?
MV is manipulated variable. Pun boleh ubah di manipulasi.
Okay, thank you.
PM. Aduh, apalah pula ni.
Teacher,
Yes.
mana mau download to this workbook ni?
Sorry dia.
Mana mau dapat handbook yang teacher share ni dekat screen?
I don't know. I gave it to you, the admin.
Oh, you bagi dekat admin.
I gave it yesterday already.
Okay.
Alah,
Yeah, I
lupa
will
pakai
ask him.
bangle. Lupa pakai bangle. I'm so busy. Alright. Nak tanya procedure nak tulis dalam ayat bentuk. Doesn't matter ayat pasif, ayat aktif atau ayat amali macam fizik saja. Yeah, you are planning. Planning means ayat pasif ke dia? Kan? Okay. So what if they use aluminium foil? The reason is the same. Right? Okay? That's the thing. What is the intention? What is the intention? What is the intention you're using the aluminium foil? Think about that.
Teacher,
Same as
what
paraffin
is the use of if let's say if we want to say why we use paraffin oil or why we use the aluminium foil to avoid the oxygen from diffusing into glucose solution? Okay, that's macam tu.
Yeah.
Okay, teacher.
What's with dough lah? What's with dough lah? You want to make bread Yeah, all right. Okay, so wait, let me see any of the chat. procedure dalam bentuk ayat aktif. Because you're just planning, you know. Planning means ayat active or passive. I'm not a language person, so I'm not sure. So but then it must be in future tense. What is that in future tense? Is it active or passive? Something like that.
Aktif.
Right? Okay, tidak berpandukan itu we don't know dia. Honestly, we don't know. We just prepare everything. Right? We just prepare everything. Okay? Okay. Ui, banyak le pula kita cakap ni. Ingat kita ada apa nak cakap, tengok-tengok banyak pula cakap. Alright, okay. So yang ini, MV dia ini adalah masa. Okay, MV dia ini adalah manipulated variable, PM atau MV. Okay, MV ini adalah masa. Alright. Okay, what is the responding variable? Yang bergerak balas. Bergerak balasnya apa?
Wait, I can't do.
Oh, you can't read? Okay, what is the bergerak balas? Height of the
Bubble.
height of the bubble or height of the manometer. Dah inilah dia sudah siap bagi ni. Okay, we cannot say macam ini saja keluar. No, penting you tahu the technique. Okay, so yang ini adalah MV atau manipulated variable. Yang ini adalah you punya RV. Okay, yang ini adalah you punya RV. Alright, RV. Okay, so yang ini you kena baca lah. Kan, you kena baca like 10 ml, 20 ml, berapa ml tu you kena letak dia. Okay, apabila you baca tu, macam mana you baca? Macam ni ke? Macam ni ke? Ini kan? Just say lah ini manometer kan? You baca macam ni ke?
Make sure ia bersenja dengan mata, bersenja dengan skala.
Elakkan ralat-karalat.
Relax.
So you kena make sure ini semua ialah scientific skill. Tengoklah mak coffee teacher ni kan guna untuk segala benda boleh. Kan, jadi manometer pun boleh. Kan, so make sure aras tu. Kan, aras dia tu sama serenjang dengan mata. Right, so these are some of the techniques lah kan. Okay, so you pun letaklah dia dapat berapa berapa kan. 2 minit, 4 minit. Okay, sekarang kita kena pergi macam mana nak buat pemerhatian. Okay, selalunya teacher akan ajar pemerhatian ini senang cerita lah. Senang cerita, you buat saja. Ni apa saya dia tak keluar warna kuning ni. Okay, senang cerita, you ambil MV, data. RV, data. Itu saja, direct. You tak payah nak fikir, saya nak compare, semua jangan. Kalau yang keluar adalah observation, pemerhatian. You tengok MV, ambil satu MV, ambil satu RV, ambil satu data, habis cerita. Tak payah nak fikir banyak-banyak. That's why I say paper 3 ini ialah technical paper. Okay, sangat-sangat technical. Alright, nampak tak? Pada minit kedua, 2 ni data lah. Kan, ketinggian cecair berwarna adalah 10 mm. Ini adalah data lah untuk RV. Kalau diminta 2 pemerhatian, kan ini because ini yang lama-lama punya tahu. Dulu punya lama punya eksperimen ni, paper 3 ni macam ni lah soalannya. Kan? Markah semua you tak payah kisah. Penting macam mana jawab. Itu yang paling penting. Alright? Tengok. Pada minit ke-10, ini ialah MV. Ini ialah data. Okay, ini ialah RV. Ini ialah data.
Teacher. So the observation, I didn't specify the height or the minute. I said like height of colored liquid increases from the initial height in each 2 minutes interval. Will that count?
Yeah. As long as you have the data. As long as you have the direct data that you take from the jadual.
So to be safe, I just put the reading je lah kan?
Yes, just the reading.
Okay, thank you, Teacher.
Right, just the reading. So you ambil dia punya bacaan saja. Tak payah fikir, you tahu tak payah fikir sangat tau. Benda ni simple je. Alright, benda ni simple je. Kadang-kadang budak ni kan kau ni overthinking tau. Kalau kan paper 3 ni kan, you tutup satu mata dulu kalau lah apabila paper 3 50 markah kan. Kita semua ajar kan. Kan, budak kita ni kan boleh tutup satu mata boleh jawab. Because soalan dia semua technically all the same. Right? What is speaking English? MV is manipulated variable dear. Alright, for observation, we also can take the highest and the lowest reading. Very good, yes. Why is because apabila you ambil the highest and lowest, easy for you to give inference. Very, very easy for you to give inference. Very good question, Bivo, I don't know lah Okay, MV is manipulated variable dear. Boleh
Teacher,
ubah dimanipulasi, yes.
since we all know that there was RV and MV in this experiment, we don't know if is there a question asked about CV? How do we find it?
If usually when they give anything that, because dear, you cannot have a CV unless they have at least 2 as a perbandingan. Right? Kan? So you cannot have only one and just say contoh lah kan, make the juice just one like that. What is the CV? Hey, cannot lah. You only have one fella there. Who when you want to compare?
I see. Okay. Thank you, teacher.
So you must have 2. So you tengok dalam sini dengan dalam sini yang mana sama. Itulah CV. Apa susah? Kan? Right?
And also the position of the MV, RV in the observation doesn't matter, right? Which one comes first? Or is it always safer to put manipulated first?
Always the manipulated first. Dear, you must understand who is affecting whom. Who affects whom?
MV affects the RV.
There you go.
Okay.
Because I have seen, that's a very good question, because I've seen many students in hypothesis. This problem always comes in hypothesis, because in observation tak ada masalah tau. You nak letak MV dulu ke RV dulu, it doesn't matter. But apabila hypothesis, selalunya ada student kata RV dulu baru MV. Mana boleh, siapa efek siapa? Right? That's a very good question. Thank you for asking. Right? Okay, teacher adult. If sometimes the RV is the rate of la 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 la, is there a method to find? Dear, if rate, you must have time, dear. You know, they will give you, usually kalau dia suruh kamu find the rate, dia mesti suruh you cari masa. You must have time. Kalau tak ada time, you tak boleh cari rate.
Teacher,
Chemistry like that, right? Physics like that, right? There you are. So if you have height you divide by the time. Alright, if you don't have anything, just 1 over time is rate already. Right. Lepas tu suka lah aku tengok you punya jawapan ni.
teacher,
Apa tips? Yes.
teacher, I want to ask you something. Teacher, if the what is the difference between the RVS and RVE? Which one yang RV dekat soalan and RV dekat eksperimen tu? Yang tu ada matter, does it matter?
Yes. Okay. What you measure directly in the experiment. Like for example, in this experiment, you measure the height, right? That is a direct RV, dear.
Oh, okay.
Then, if you use this height to calculate the rate, so that will be the indirect RV.
Oh,
You get what I mean?
yes.
So when
teacher.
they ask the variable, we always write the direct RV.
Yes.
And if the
Oh,
direct
no,
RV is more of like the
Yes,
height
the
or
direct-
volume,
Yes, the direct RV is so much right in front of, it's like, you know, it's right in front of your face. Why you want to susahkan your diri? Just take
and
the straight pen and write.
do we need to put the unit like how we used to do for chemistry and physics and all, like height means you need to put that there?
Dear, always remember, any scientific experiment, unit is one of the fundamental scientific skill. How can you forgo that? Right. Whether it's minutes, whether it's physics or chemistry or bio, all of them are under science. Unit is a fundamental scientific skill, writing a unit. So whether you are calculating, whether you are creating a table or what, never ever forget the unit.
So if example, one of my variable, my fixed variable is the volume of blah, 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 I need to put a comma in ml.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't be lazy, you know. Don't be lazy, you know. For the final time, you're going to do the Amali, you know.
No, because I see textbook, some experiment they don't put, some experiment they put. Then I feel like confused whatever.
Yeah, lah, because the table already up there, they already put.
No, I mean in the variable part, the manipulator responding fixed one.
Definitely no. Which one? Definitely no, because that's a scientific skill. They must have unit.
Teacher, page 120 textbook.
Huh?
Page 120 textbook.
Okay, wait. Let's see whether correct or not. Okay.
Okay, in the variables part there, for example, like the volume of ball glucose and everything, should we put in comma ml like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the unit. It's either like this, dear. Either you have the unit in the heading, or you can put it at each of it. But why you want to do double work? Right? Just put it in the unit in the heading.
No, Cha. I think you're thinking of the table. I'm telling about the 3 variables, the 3 marks they're gonna ask on top. The variable MV, RV, and CV.
Oh, that one.
Put
lah. Apa susah? Senang cerita. You ada nombor je, kau letak je unit. Senang cerita, tak payah fikir.
Okay.
Tak payah fikir. Teacher Gabi. Ni lah. Kan? But never mind, let it be a fun session where you all can, I know you all are very, right. Ask away, just ask away. It's actually, I prefer it this way. Alright? But let me go to, pemerhatian, ada apa-apa soalan? Shall we go? Kalau ada apa-apa, just stop me and tell. Because when I'm in the other window, I am not in the meeting window. Alright?
So teacher, I just want to ask one more thing. So observation, just to reconfirm teacher. For the MV, the RVE is macam tu kan teacher?
RVE is what, Amma?
For MV, that means like for the second minute, the height of colored liquid is 10 millimeter.
Yes.
Okay,
sure. MV, data, RV, data. That's it. Apa yang you nampak?
Okay,
apa yang you nampak hari tu, kita tak buta kan? Bukan calon keperluan khas kan? Apa yang kita nampak, kita letak saja dalam observation. Okay, why am I saying like that? Is lepas itu, you usually kalau ada observation, you akan ada inference. Inference itu apa? Inference ialah explanation kenapa benda tu berlaku. This is where your theory akan masuk. Okay, this is where theory kamu akan masuk. Alright, okay, tengok ni ya. Okay, yang ini kan, sorry lah, ini last dulu punya kan. Okay, tengok. Pada minit kedua, ketinggian cecair adalah, okay, sekarang yang ini kan, teacher dah ubah dia jadi rendah. Mula-mula teacher letak 10. Sekarang teacher sudah guna rendah. Kan? Itu sudah guna rendah. Bermaksud inilah explanation. Dia tinggi ke, rendah ke. Itu semua will come under inference. So that's why saya kata dekat observation, jangan compare. Letak saja data. Bila ada inference, baru you start comparing. Atau baru you interpret the data. Ini kita panggil sebagai interpret the data. Itu Melayu panggil apa?
Teacher.
Yes.
Kiranya kalau nak buat inference, lepas tu cakap tinggi atau rendah sebab bagi teori macam tu.
Yeah. That's it. Okay. Pada ketinggian.
Kena ambil RV lah kan?
So tengok yang ini ialah you punya RV kan?
Ya.
Yang ini ada MV kan? Yang ini tengok, ini apa ni? Ini apa ni? Ini ialah sebab kan? Sebab kan?
Ya.
Itulah sebabnya you kena tahu, okay, kenapa dekat, that means you are explaining kenapa dekat 2 minit ni, kenapa dia rendah. So you kena bagi tahu lah kerana kadar fermentasi alkohol adalah, sini rendah lah pula, ada kadar boleh rendah. Sana
Teacher,
tinggi.
What is the answer for bergerak balas?
What is answer for bergerak balas?
Pembeli ubah bergerak balas.
Ketinggian cecair, right?
Here. This one here. There, here. Height of the colored liquid in the manometer.
Yes.
No, sorry teacher. For pembeli ubah dimalarkan.
Pembeli ubah dimalarkan. You have to find lah here.
Yeast.
Okay. You have to make sure everybody not the same yeast lah kan. Make sure they have the 5% of boiled glucose, 5A. You tahu tak, kalau boleh, you punya control variable tu cari yang ada nilai. Jangan kata guna ruler yang sama, guna tube yang sama, guna kaki retot yang sama. Ada kadule.
Oh, okay.
Okay? Why is because nanti teacher ajar you punya tu kat bawah manipulate the variable tu kan. Kalau boleh CV kan you punya control variable tu cari something yang ada nilai macam ni. Macam ni. Ada nilai kan 5% kan. Ini boleh jadi control. Ini boleh jadi control. Kan kerana dia ada persen ni. Tapi tolonglah jangan kata gunakan tube yang sama. Gunakan clip yang sama. Gunakan rubber yang sama. Please lah.
Teacher.
Yes.
Okay, I have a question. It's about the RV. Okay, let's say the question, they focus on the presence of glucose on the rate of alcohol respiration in yeast. So basically our MV will be presence of glucose.
Yes.
And our RV, is it the height of the mixture after a certain time? I mean, example, I use it as a certain time. Or is it rate of fermentation? Which is it?
Direct. Go for the direct.
Which is the height, is it?
Yes, which is the height. Because you will never know. If they never ask you to calculate the rate, you don't know, you cannot determine the rate.
Okay, so to be on the safe side, we just use the height of the mixture.
Yes, because no matter what rate, they might ask, they might not ask, depending on their mood. But if you have an experiment, you must have a direct MV and you must have a direct RV. That is absolutely, that's what's going to be. Right, so that's why I say, don't go for something that you can't see. Whatever they have right in front of your eyes, use that.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Teacher.
Yes.
Teacher, if let's say, teacher, in other experiments, I'm asking if other than this, teacher, they have given us 2 test tubes. One test tube is glucose solution and yeast, and one more is distilled water and yeast. Is it okay to use the word rate of fermentation in the test tube with the glucose and yeast, teacher?
Don't.
Don't, right?
Unless they ask you to count. Unless they ask you to calculate the rate.
Oh, okay, teacher.
Okay? Unless they ask you to calculate the rate, don't take that risk.
Teacher, then what is the best term to describe, teacher?
Height lah.
Oh.
Direct one only. What you're measuring in the experiment, height, isn't it?
Yeah, teacher.
Use that lah. Why you want to overthink lah? I'm telling you, just do what is right in front of you. You guys are so overthinking. You are generation what, Zeta, Y, Alpha, Sigma, apa ni? Generation apa ni?
Z, teacher, Z.
Zeta.
Teacher, we are very overthinking, teacher. What to do? You have to be prepared for the battle.
No need. Just follow ini saja. Senang hidup kamu.
If they ask for inference.
Okay. Manipulated variable is masa, tempoh masa kan? Time lah kan dalam bahasa Inggeris. Aku tak ada masa nak ambil time kan? Alright. Okay. This one.
Teacher, for the manipulated variable, time taken must be put in seconds, time taken seconds, or just put time?
No need. No need. Time, okay. We no need to, saya faham apa you are trying to say. Or do we need to put it in a SI unit? Right.
Yeah, but based on the jadual tu, dia letak minit lah. Kenapa nak letak second?
Minit lah. Tak payah buat apa kau nak jadikan dia saat.
I mean, it depends on the question lah. If they said
because like example, dia tengok. Kalau dia, okay, for example, if they ask you the growth rate, are you going to calculate in seconds? Cannot, right? Rate means over time. It doesn't matter whether it's second, minute, hour, days, month, year, it doesn't matter. As long as the parameter is time. You know what I mean? Right? Okay, responding variable is your height. Alright, okay, this one, okay, please pay attention. Alright, difference. When you are dealing with pemboleh ubah dimanipulasi, you mesti ada apa yang berbeza. Right? Apa yang berbeza. Kena letak benda tu. Di sini, dalam eksperimen ini, dia ada banyak MV kan. Dia ada banyak MV 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So, kita boleh letak masa berbeza. Tak ada masalah. Tapi just say, esok dia keluar hanya 2 saja. Kan? saja. So you boleh letak dua-dua tu pun you boleh letak di sini. Alright, you boleh letak sini because MV tu, apa MV tu ialah you must make sure ya dia nampak yang MV tu you sudah ubah dua-dua tu. Alright, okay, ini selalu saya hari ini pun my students make a lot of mistake.
Teacher,
Nah,
I got one question, teacher.
If
you want to kira the ketinggian means we should take the awal ketinggian or awal minus akhir.
Dia yang ini dia ialah awal minus akhir lah kot. Kejap dia dari sini berapa yang dia height color from the initial height dari asal.
Okay,
that's the thing. You kena no matter what, you kena baca soalan tu betul-betul on the day. Jangan membuta buat. Kalau dia kata initial lah. Kalau tu that's why you have to be versatile sikit. Tahu? Okay, yang ini penting Kalau dia tanya pemboleh ubah bergerak balas, you must have the ukur and record. Ramai pelajar tak letak what is the task that you are going to do. You kena ukur. You're measuring, right? You're measuring, measure and record. Can you observe and record? Can you observe and record? No answer pula. Boleh ke?
Cannot.
Why? Because they already have a calibration. Dia sudah ada calibration, dia sudah ada 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, sudah ada calibration. So you must
teacher, I still a little bit confused about manipulate variable and responding variable. I mean, we all know MV is equal something that changes, but how about RV?
RV is what you're trying to measure lah. When you change all the MV to, what you try, actually when you do all that, what is the purpose you're doing that? Right, your purpose of doing that is you want to see some result. So your bergerak balas ini ialah result dia, your result. What you want to measure, what you want to see. That is your RV, bergerak balas. Alright, because once you change the MV, RV will akan berubah. You change the MV sini, RV akan, that means dia akan respond to your MV. Dia akan respond to the MV. So apabila you change your MV, RV akan tunjuk result tu. You
So
change the MV, RV akan tunjuk result tu. Faham, bos?
Faham. So that means MV is something that changes, and then RV is result, and then CV is something that's same. They don't change, right? Okay. Thank you, teacher.
Alright, okay. Measure and record. Can observe and record tak boleh kan? Alright. Okay. Why you must have this? Kenapa teacher kuningkan benda ni? Kenapa teacher kuningkan benda ni? Why must have the apparatus? Apparatus tu Melayu panggil apa? Apparatus.
Radas.
Radas. Apa yang you guna untuk ukur itu? Kan? Itu adalah wajib Jangan kata ukur dan rekod ketinggian cecair berwarna, habis. Tak boleh. Untuk responding variable, you mesti ada apparatusnya. Okay, you mesti ada apparatusnya. Ya.
So, kita buat eksperimen tu dalam silinder penyukat. So, kita menggunakan silinder penyukat.
There you go. Tu saja.
Teacher, I got a question.
Yang belah kanan tu, yang tu untuk prosedur ke apa?
Untuk mana dia? This one. Method of handling cara mengendalikan pemboleh ubah. Actually, it's a part of, you are right. Actually, I cannot say no. It's a part of it. Right? Okay, constant. Tetapkan, nampak tak? 5%. That's why I say must have a value. Mesti ada nilai. Cari apa-apa CV, control variable yang mempunyai nilai. Jangan kata gunakan ampaian yeast yang sama. Tak boleh. Tetapkan nilai.
So the MV is set the concentration of yeast at 5%. I mean the constant variable is concentration of yeast, which basically means set the concentration of yeast at 5%.
Yes. If in English, I prefer to use the word fix. Fix. That means when you use the word fix, that means nobody can argue with you how controlled is it. That means you're fixing it. No matter whether it's 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, you just take forever upon the yeast concentration is going to be the same. You get what I mean? So if you're using English, I prefer the word fix.
Teacher.
Yep.
Teacher, just now, teacher, remember I asked the question. Teacher asked to use the word height, right? Teacher? Then if
sorry, da what?
Teacher, just now, teacher, remember I asked the question for the 2 test tubes. One is given with yeast and glucose, and one more is just yeast and water. So for the RV, I put as the level of solution after minutes, like a few minutes.
Level
then,
of
Then after that, if for the inference, can I use the term rate of fermentation? Rate of fermentation by the yeast.
Yeah, alcohol. Use the word alcohol. Later, I will come back. I put there are few words that you are compulsory to use. Ada perkataan jangan guna. Nanti I will come to that.
So can I use the word rate, right?
Yes. But then rate is very. Dia ada suruh you calculate rate ke?
No, sir.
Then don't.
No,
Alright. Hypothesis. Longer the tempo masa. Yes.
For the CV, right? Can we write mass of yeast?
Okay. What is the mass? Put the value.
Okay. So meaning if mass of yeast is 2 gram, mass of yeast, gram, G.
Fix the mass of yeast to 2 grams. That's it.
Oh,
okay. So this for if it let's say if you ask to the right procedure, then for the constant variable, fix the concentration of yeast at 5%. But if they just ask the main plate, just state the main plate variable. I mean, state the constant variable, then you just put concentration of yeast, but without the unit.
Yeah. All right.
Okay,
Actually, that's the thing. You know, for me, it's like very hard for me to say exactly how we mark it. Why is because there is, the way we mark it is there will be like inside, the when you say put 2 grams, when you set up the apparatus, the 2 gram is already inside the setup of apparatus tau. Like, kau lagi nanti confused dah lah, kau ni semua overthinking. Tak apalah, you buatlah macam tu, okay je, tak ada masalah. Lagi overthinking pula you all ni. This one, what is the hypothesis? What you must have masa hypothesis tu? You kena ada MV.
Yes, MV and RV.
Okay, and you kena ada RV. MV tu apa? Pemboleh ubah dimanipulasi. Alright, lepas tu pemboleh ubah bergerak balance. Kan?
Teacher.
So you kena ada yang itu dengan hubungan dia, relationship between
Teacher.
Yes.
Teacher, I have one question. My school teacher, she taught me that for MV, the method to handle, use different. Lepas tu letak MV.
Yelah, different lah. Masa berbeza tu different lah, deh.
Oh, maksudnya kita kena use different. Macam
betul
ayat dia macam mana nak?
Betul lah cakap cikgu kau tu. Ini BM, ni Inggeris.
Macam mana nak translate ke English teacher yang ni?
Alah, berbeza tu different lah. Teacher tak ada masa nak buat dalam English tau. Okay, nanti saya share dengan tu you convert it into English sendiri lah. I have no time dia. Alright, okay, here dia. So first of all, you must have your MV, you must have your RV, and you must have the relationship dia. Okay, jangan kata apakah hubungan ni, jangan kata biarlah rahsia. Right? So semakin lama tempoh masa, semakin tinggi ketinggian. So nampak tak, it's direct RV and MV. Direct RV and direct MV. Habis cerita. Tak payah nak menyusahkan hidup. Kan? Ambil saja MV, ambil saja RV. Tak payah nak kadar, tak payah. Unless dia suruh kamu kira kadar. Kan? Dia tak suruh kamu kira kadar, tak payahlah. Kau tengok apa dia suruh. Dia nak, mana MV kamu dalam eksperimen? Mana RV dalam eksperimen? Yes, dia?
Kalau untuk hipotesis kan, kalau kat dalam buku teks dia cakap kalau apa tu fermentasi pada yeast dengan glukosa menghasilkan etanol, karbon dioksida dan tenaga.
Itu ialah dia, itu sama dengan eksperimen ini.
Oh, okey.
Kan, kisah teacher punya eksperimen tak sama. Itulah dia. Dia bukan satu tu apply untuk everybody. dia macam ni. Dia ini ialah teknik kan. Teacher ajar kamu teknik tu, teknik itu you boleh apply untuk semua jenis soalan. So kalau that's why eksperimen, you tengok eksperimen, dalam eksperimen yang you bagi tahu itu adalah MV, itu adalah RV, sebab itu hipotesis macam itu. Tapi eksperimen yang teacher tunjuk ni, apa MV, apa RV dia. So you kena ikutlah dia. Kan? So kena ada MV, kena ada RV, lepas tu apa hubungan dia? Apa hubungan dia? What is the relationship dia? Alright, semakin lama, semakin tinggi. Alright, and always put your MV dulu, baru you punya RV. Siapa efek siapa? MV efek RV, bukan RV efek MV ya.
There are certain experiments that we cannot measure the MV, right? Then how do we write the hypothesis?
What are the experiments dia?
For example, like presence of glucose, like that.
Then presence of glucose lah.
Just presence.
If you cannot measure, then that's it lah. That means when there is a presence of glucose, then what will happen? That's it. Not every MVs are measurable. Sometimes it's like ada ke tak ada. Right?
Okay.
So doesn't matter. If it's measurable, it's measurable. Tak ada. Ada.
Question. What happen if glucose solution is replaced with lime solution?
Acidic is not suitable for yeast. So alcohol fermentation will be reduced, carbon dioxide will be reduced.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Teacher.
Yes.
For the one that can be measurable, we use semakin kan?
Ya.
Kalau yang ada yang tak ada tadi, macam mana ayat dia dalam BM?
Apabila ada kehadiran glukosa, apabila terdapat glukosa, then terdapat peningkatan dalam what is it trying to measure? I don't know. Kan? I don't know the question. But then if ada means you say apabila terdapat. Bukan semakin lama. No. Apabila terdapat.
Apabila maka boleh teacher?
Apabila maka? Boleh. Yeah, I know some teachers they teach you apabila then maka jika, right? It doesn't matter. As long as ada MV, as long as ada RV, as long as there is a relationship between them, you are good to go. Tak ada masalah. You are right. Right? Okay, construct the table. Ada lagi ke soalan?
Yes, teacher. Can I follow the hypothesis in the textbook?
Is it the same? Are you sure it's the same experiment?
It's the same experiment about yeast and the fermentation of yeast lah.
No, you have to see what is the MV and RV of that experiment. Tak boleh.
Oh, okay.
Right? Dears, no matter what, you all are still, some of you are having wrong idea. You ingat apa yang ada dalam buku teks itu yang akan keluar. No. It can be modified. Alright? Whatever it is, I'm telling you, I'm begging you, in fact, I'm begging you tonight, you go and find apa dia punya MV, apa dia punya RV. You will be alright. Banyak soalan you boleh jawab dah.
Teacher. Apa jadi kalau kita tambah garam dekat dalam larutan glukosa and yeast tu? Dia ada perubahan ke dekat dia punya height?
The salt affect the fermentation. No. Because salt, if you gantikan the glucosa with salt boleh tau. If you add, tak ada difference. Dear, you understand or not?
Like tak ada difference lah. So height dia biasa je.
Yes, sama saja. Unless you take out, you gantikan. Dears, you kena faham benda ni tau. You tambah ke you ganti?
Tambah.
Tambah tak ada masalah. Kalau you ganti, the whole thing won't work. Because glucose adalah substrate untuk you punya fermentation. Right?
Teacher, kalau ditukarkan glucose dengan sucrose?
Sama. Sucrose also undergoes fermentation. Apa you punya sucrose itu diperbuat, sucrose is a disaccharide, right?
Yes.
Betul kan? Disaccharide, betul?
Yes.
Dia ada glukosa juga kan?
Yes.
Ada kan?
Maltose, galactose all same, right?
Yes. Maltose got glucose. sucrose got glucose, fructose got glucose. Kan? Semua ni dia fructose tak adalah, sorry, fructose pula. Galactose got glucose. Right, fermentation can happen. There's one Terengganu paper where they ask in case apa yang akan berlaku kalau digantikan dengan madu. I don't know you all ada buat atau tidak.
Teacher.
Boleh je. Fructose
Teacher,
tu.
I'm sorry, teacher. I need to leave the class now, teacher. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Good luck.
Teacher, pray for us, teacher. I might get heart attack tomorrow.
All of you A+.
Question.
Tak perlu untuk bio pula. Kan? Alright, okay, graph. Dears.
Kalau diganti dengan madu?
Fermentation still occur.
What's the explanation, sir?
Because dia masih, fructose masih boleh menjalani fermentasi.
So dia increase ke dia sama?
Either you say increase or sama, doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
Okay, tapi jangan kata tak ada.
Teacher, basically anything with sugar fermentation occurs, right?
Of either it's glucose or fructose, but glucose is the number one substrate lah.
Yeah, glucose, sucrose. Even does milk occur in fermentation?
Yeah, that's why you get tu yeast semua dia jadi kan, boleh je.
Oh, basically all the sugar lah.
Yeah, all sugars. As long as they have glucose, our friend will start fermenting. You even can put rambutan and put the yeast, our friend will start fermenting already. Alright, yes. When you have a graph, okay, when you have a
Boleh saya
graph.
tanya, teacher?
Kejap, saya nak ambil graph dulu, boleh tak? Tak jalan-jalan pula ni. Kejap ya dia, after this graph. Okay, kalau dia ada keluar graph, suruh you dukir graph. Paling penting here, you must have the MV, you must have the unit. Ini jangan lupa. Okay, yang sini, apa pula MV? Ni RV lah, dah boleh. MV di sini. Okay, mesti ada unit. Unit ni jangan lupa. Berkali-kali, dia jadi salah kalau tak ada tau. Tapi kalau dia ada berkali-kali, kau buat sampai muak, tak ada masalah tau. Tak ada masalah. Alright. So, yang ini, ini kat sini kau jangan ingat macam fizik tau. You kena apabila dia kena ada, just contoh lah kan macam ni. You kena sambung dia dengan free hand. You kena sambung dia dengan free hand. Boleh tak aku extrapolate jadi kosong? Boleh tak saya kasih ekor sampai kosong?
Boleh, tak boleh.
Lepas tu kat sini ada lagi toy like that. Boleh ke?
Cannot.
Boleh.
Okay, the idea is, okay, you may ask, kenapa teacher? Kan bodoh lah dah lah, dia mesti ada dua saja kan, straight saja, sambung sajalah kan. Okay, one thing that you need to understand is bio ini you are dealing with live organisms. Live organisms ini, there's no idealism in it, you know. There's no idealism and you will never know how they will react. So, itu sebabnya dia bukan macam physics, chemistry where you can extrapolate and you can, how to say, project. Bio tak boleh. Right? So, kalau dibagi dua ke apa ke, tapi dia bar graph tak boleh keluar lah. I feel it cannot. Because bar graph ini is actually, how to say, they call it as the discrete graph. They have no relation between them. Alright? They're discrete on their own. So, if graph comes out, it has to be line graph for bio. Right? So, sambung dua titik tu guna freehand. Okay? Sengit pun boleh. Tapi, freehand. Jangan guna pen
How about the scale? Can we use different scale for RV axis and different scale of MV axis?
Can. As long as they are even. Please don't use odd like 3, 6, 9, 12. Jangan guna ni.
Yeah, can use ruler, right, sir?
Ini boleh lah. Ini titik saja, jangan sambung. Alright?
Teacher. Even if it's only 2 points, we can't use ruler even if there's only 2 points.
Yes. Don't use. We will know. We tengok pun kita tahu dah. Ini
Cannot use ruler, sir. Sir, to connect the points, cannot use ruler, sir.
Cannot dah. That's why I say use free hand. Why you have shaky hands? Parkinson's.
Teacher, what teacher mean by can I use 369? As in
cannot.
The skin.
Cannot. Why is because it is dia macam ni, apabila dia kan graph itu dia ada kotak-kotak kan. Apabila 3 tu kau bahagi kotak-kotak tu kau bahagi, it won't be a round figure. Dia akan ada perpuluhan. Dia akan ada perpuluhan. So
use
even
even.
number.
Okay.
If 0.5 tak apa, tapi dia tak boleh 0.03, 0.07 tak boleh. Alright. So that is the thing. So to be on
it's
the
either
safe side,
0.5, 1 or 2 lah.
Yeah.
Normally.
Yeah.
Teacher,
0.1
if let's say the question give us one test tube A with glucose and one test tube B with no glucose, the one we have to draw bar graph, right? Because we cannot draw the straight line graph, is it?
No. I don't think so. They will give you a bar graph. Bar graph, it's tak
Teacher,
boleh.
how can we know nak lukis bar graph ataupun graph biasa?
Dia akan bagi tahu.
Oh, dia akan bagi tahu. Okay.
Dia akan bagi tahu. Tapi impossible kalau aerobic because dia tu adalah it is a ada atau tiada, you know. It cannot be, they are not different entities. I don't know how to explain to you lah. It cannot be bar graph. It has to be line graph.
Teacher. Kalau graph tak cukup, boleh buat melintang ke graph?
Boleh?
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Can. Tapi try to do like this lah, kan? But it's only little bit what. But today physics you had graph, is it?
Yeah, teacher.
Yes. And we are confused whether it's straight line graph or curve.
But I think both accept.
Aduh, tak apalah. That's water under the bridge lah. So no need to worry about that lah.
Yeah,
right. Alright, okay.
Teacher.
Relationship, yes.
If the graph macam yang teacher buat tu, dia relationship dia increase linearly juga ke?
No, please. Dia tak ada. No such thing in bio. Increase linearly semua tak ada. Directly proportional, linear semua tak ada. All that is in physics. Bio, no. You pernah tengok tak? You punya, like for example, you punya objective question kan? Kalau dia ada graph yang straight you punya cikgu cakap ini mesti jawapan salah.
Teacher kena tulis tajuk ke for the graph?
Depends, kalau dia dah bagi tak payahlah. Kalau dia tak bagi, kena tulis lah. Kan?
Kalau dia bagi unguided kan, what marks should I seek to write the procedure?
What?
What marks macam point-point yang saya kena tulis untuk dapat markah dalam tulis procedure tu?
Depends on the soalan lah. Macam mana saya mau tahu soalan itu apa?
Teacher. I have a question. If in bio, when we use Benedict solution, that means we have to use Bunsen burner, right?
Okay.
That's stand right.
But okay, due to constraint of we don't have much Bunsen burner and so on, what they might use, okay, if it's a food test, what they might use is just hot water. It works the same because once you put your Benedict solution together with anything, it's a confirmatory test. What will happen is kalau dia ada glucose, if the glucose presence is there, dia akan start jadi kuning, yellow, green up to the brick red precipitate. So you no need to wait until there. So apabila you masuk dalam air panas saja, dia akan jadi yellow or green. That is confirmed glucose ada.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Right, because due to, I don't think so, every makmal tu boleh sediakan Bunsen burner. So what they might do, because another problem is sometimes the students, it's very dangerous, the students might do direct heating. When they do direct heating, it can splash in your eyes. That's another thing that we don't want. We don't want to be responsible for, things like that. Alright, okay, so let's look at relationship. Okay, one of the cara lah saya nak ajar kamu macam mana nak buat relationship. Hypothesis, tadi kita dah buat hypothesis kan? Lepas tu you ambil inference. Dua-dua tu you letak together, dia akan jadi relationship. Contohnya, let's say, berdasarkan graf, terangkan hubungan antara ketinggian cecair dengan tempoh masa. So this is your RV and this is your MV. So that means your hypothesis ada benda tu kan? Dengan relationship ada kan? So guna balik saja you punya hypothesis. Lepas itu you kena, because nampak tak perkataan ini, explain, terangkan hubungan tu. So you terangkan saja menggunakan you punya inference. Nampak tak? So kenaikan aras disebabkan oleh peningkatan fermentasi alkohol. Carbon dioxide yang lebih dihasilkan menyebabkan aras cecair berwarna meningkat dalam tiub. That means it's the inference. That means you're giving the reason kenapa dia jadi macam itu. So untuk relationship, you ambil hypothesis, you letak inference, you are good to go. Alright? Okay, mungkin you tanya, teacher mana dia tak tanya, hypothesis pun tak ada tanya, inference pun you kena cipta lah. Dia macam hypothesis campur dengan inference, itu yang akan jadi relationship, hubungan. Alright? Kenapa kau ni semua diam? Ada ke tak ada ni? Risau teacher ni. You all tak bising. Hello. Hello.
Yes.
I thought you all are surprised. How am I going to do?
Teacher, macam mana nak buat ayat hypothesis dengan inference? Sambung ke apa?
Tak payah. Dia boleh asing-asing.
Okay.
Tak payah. Okay, ada juga student kena buat dalam satu ayat ke, tak payah. You boleh asing-asing. Okay, MV no need to tulis radas, no need dia. Okay, jangan tanya soalan yang dia dah jawab. Yelah, kalau dia tanya, orang yang kat sini tolonglah jawab. Kan kalau teacher tak jawab, tak sempat, kau datang kau jawab lah. Kan?
Okay.
Tengok, ada ke apa persoalan yang teacher boleh jawab?
Teacher, kiranya
30 minutes gone already. Yelah, baca tapi janganlah asyik baca benda tu je sampai tak buat. Kena measure apa kau cakap ni. If question need to write observation and inference, can write both, answer the same. No problem. Paper 3 ni, like I say, it's actually a very technical paper. You know, they tak kisah kamu nak guna fermentasi alkohol tu berapa kali, you nak guna carbon dioksida berapa kali, you nak guna tanpa oksigen tu berapa kali, doesn't matter. Right? Okay. So tolong, boleh, tak ada masalah. Because in paper 3 ni we see the technique.
Hubungan dalam graf tu kiranya boleh buat point yang teacher.
Sorry,
maksudnya, dia? Hubungan graf kan boleh buat point lah. Maksudnya yang first tu hypothesis, lepas tu yang lagi 2 point bawah tu inference.
You ni apabila teacher cakap kau tak puas, you kena ulang dengan ayat sendiri baru you puas. Okay lah. That means you faham. Kan? It's always like that. When we stand lepas tu when you explain using your own ayat that means you faham. Bagus. Okay, if I read hypothesis, glukos hadir dalam satu campuran manakala fermentasi alkohol berlaku dengan. Yalah. Betul lah tu. Ya. Tapi all this no need. Okay. Kejap. Mana ni? If I write for hypothesis can mana tadi ada kadang-kadang ni. No. Macam tu tak boleh. Glukosa ganti. Mana tadi ada kadang-kadang sudah hilang. Yang tadi dikata hypothesis boleh guna. Ini tengok ni. If I write this for hypothesis. Umasha. Glukosa ada dalam satu mana boleh? Where's your MV, RV dia? MV ada, where's your RV? Where's your height of the thing? Tak ada. Kan? Alright. Alright. Kalau soalan kebat tanya, glukosa ganti dengan tepung, what will happen? Is the polysaccharide, disaccharide? Okay. Very good question. Sebenarnya tepung itself tak ada glukosa. Dia ni is a type of dia belum ada. So but nowadays tepung ni dia ada gula tau. You know why they add gula? That is the substrate. Kan? Right, that is the substrate. So, masa kita buat pau ke, saya mau buat vadai ke, vadai ada. Tepung gandum. Adalah kalau tak jadi kita masuk sikit lah kan. So kalau you want that to ferment, you add a bit of sugar, our friend will work, you know. Because the sugar is the substrate. So sugar itulah merupakan substrate untuk Fermentasi tu. That is how it works. Kan? Glukosa hadir, paras campuran akan meningkat. Betul. Artificial sweetener, very good. Artificial sweetener ada glukosa ke? Artificial sweetener ada glukosa ke? Ada ke tak ada?
Tak ada.
Tak ada means macam mana mau berlaku lah. Itu sebab kita, orang-orang yang mau kurus-kurus kan. Orang gemuk macam saya tak nak lah boleh nak kurus kan. Orang yang nak kurus-kurus tu, they want the sweetness. But they don't want the calories. Right, calories is what? How much glucose is burned and becoming energy, betul? Sebab itulah they take this aspartame. Aspartame is 20 times much sweeter compared to your glucose one. So you take a little bit also is very sweet already, but you treat your sweet tooth, but you don't minus the calories. So dia tak ada glukosa lah. Kan? Right?
So aspartam tak ada glukosa?
Tak ada. Kalau you masuk glukosa dalam aspartam, then you are cheating the people who are telling you tell all the sweetness but minus the calorie.
So answer for if glukosa ganti dengan tepung apa?
Tepung
Glukosa
ganti dengan tepung, it will happen but less. Cakap kurang atau tiada, you still will be alright. Kurang atau tiada. Alright, jangan kata sama. Okay, because definitely it has less glucose compared to the normal, directly you add the glucose. Definitely no. Right. Kejap. Teacher ni masuk kat chat ni kan. Banyak lah suka chat ni. Kejap. Kita masuk dulu ni ini there. Prediction. Ini prediction kena ajar ni. Dah. You all know. Kalau it is a eksperimen yang tidak berpandukan. Alright. The nilai-nilai yang akan ditanya lah will be simple. But kalau dia ini berpandukan, kalau dia ini berpandukan, most probably what you're going to get is after your graph. There, now and below. If it's tidak because they already give you berpandukan ready, so they will test you all the high level question, So please listen carefully yang ini semua. Alright? So yang inilah yang you panggil soalan kebat. Apa dia buat ialah mereka menukarkan situasi dia tu. They tell you, if like this means how? If like this means how? Like you all asking lah. Kan? Like this means how? Like this means how? Macam tu lah. Right? Okay, you are increasing to 35. You meningkatkan suhu dia kepada 35 darjah. Right? You are meningkatkan kepada 35 darjah. What do you think will happen? Is 35 degrees good or bad?
Bad.
Good.
So the alcohol fermentation will increase, right? Alcohol fermentation will increase, right?
Yes.
So what will happen to the height in the manometer tu?
Increase.
Tapi apa teknik nak menjawab? Itu yang teacher nak ajar. So you all idea sudah ada. Tapi nampak tak? Value ini sangat. Kan ramalan nilai. You mesti ada nilai ni. Jangan lupa. Selalunya student kata, ketinggian akan meningkat. Stop up to there. Ada kadang-kadang I tak cakap meningkat pun. Lupa type. Kan? You akan meningkat. You kena bagi melebihi itu mesti ada. Meningkat ketinggian akan meningkat. Lupa perkataan meningkat ni. You kena ada perkataan, you kena ada nilai yang you ramalkan. Itulah ramalan. This is what we call under the ramalan. You all call it kebat. But as teachers, we call this as ramalan. That means they asking you to predict what will happen. Tapi teknik dia number one, you kena ada nilai. Predict the nilai. Even if you say ketinggian aras adalah lebih daripada 46 mm. Just predict lah one nilai which is a bit slightly higher than that. You will be alright. Okay. Lepas itu, you kena bagi sebab. Nampak tak? Kena bagi sebab. Kerana suhu optimum. Kerana fermentasi alkohol meningkat. Lebih banyak gas karbon dioksida terbebas. Alright. So ini adalah sebab. Okay, ini semua adalah sebab. Okay, so this is the sebab. So you ramalkan satu nilai dulu. Jangan just say ketinggian meningkat. Please jangan say just peningkatan dia akan meningkat. No. Meningkat bagi nilai. Alright. Lepas tu kena bagi sebab. Terangkan. Ni nampak ni, terang. You must explain why it happened. This is where your theoretical knowledge itu akan mari. You punya pengetahuan semua akan masuk sini lah. Kan? Suhu yang optimum tinggi untuk yeast. Apa sebab? Kerana fermentasi alkohol meningkat. Kan? Lebih banyak karbon dioksida terbebas. Sebab itulah dia jadi lebih tinggi. Nampak tak? Ada apa persoalan ke? Kenapa kau ni semua diam je? Tertidur ke apa? Tertidur ke apa? Aku sendiri cakap. Hello. Are you all okay? Are you guys there or not? Are you guys there or not? Or all of you have been muted. By the admin because kecoh sangat. Kalau ada tak apa. Kan? Semua ada. Okey. Tangan saja boleh angkat. Kecoh meriah betul lah. Tak apalah, hilang stres sikit. Right? Kalau ada soalan hanya kat sini. Muted by all of. Aduh, kesiannya. Alright, okay. So that's how it is lah So make sure kalau ada ramalan, dia bagi satu situasi yang berbeza. Nanti teacher akan bagilah beberapa situasi berbeza. Because tadi dia automatically dia ada. Okay, nanti kita bincang semua tu kan. We see what will happen. Alright, tapi you kena ada nilai. Alright, you kena ada nilai. Predict a nilai. Jangan just say dia meningkat. Alright, lepas itu you kena bagi sebab. Why it happened. Right? Please dalam paper 3 ni, like I say, dia ini adalah paper yang sangat-sangat technical, you know. Technical in the sense that kita memang kalau teknik betul kita akan bagi markah. Kalau teknik betul kita akan bagi markah. So kadang-kadang you akan rasa macam you are repeating the same thing again and again and again. Don't worry. Just don't worry about it. Right? Just don't worry about it. Right? Just don't worry about it. Alright? Okay. No problem. As long as your technique is good, you know what it is. Okay? Alright. Inilah yang paling ditakuti, digeruni. Right? Operational definition. Okay. Teacher nak explain pada kamu apa ni operasi definisi. Okay. Dia nak apa? Fermentation of yeast. Okay, dia nak okay. Guys, ini macam ni lah ceritanya. Kejap teacher nak duduk ni kan sehari ni kan dia macam licin kan. I tak tahu macam mana nak cakap. Terkap in front. Alright. Guys, you have to understand. What is operational definition? Yeast fermentation, fermentasi yeast ini can mean anything in the world. You tengok you punya textbook tu macam-macam dia bagi. Tapi itu semua dia tak mau. Dia nak kamu cakap apa tu fermentasi yeast ini, fermentasi yeast ini berdasarkan eksperimen ini tau. Nampak tak perkataan ini? Berdasarkan eksperimen. Based on the experiment. Alright, based on the experiment. Itu je dia tak nak tahu apa yeast ini ada dalam pizza lah, ada dalam pau lah. Itu semua saya tak mau. Ada dalam beer lah, ada dalam alcohol. I don't want all that. I want you to tell me what is fermentation of yeast based on this experiment. So experiment, senang teacher nak explain bagi kamu kan. What is this experiment? This experiment is your MV and RV lah. Ini RV kan? Your RV and your MV lah. That is what this experiment is about. Kan? That's why cara untuk buat, tengok ni. Fermentasi yeast oleh yeast. Yeast fermentation or fermentasi oleh yeast. No problem. Menghasilkan karbon dioksida atau tanpa menggunakan oksigen. You must have a fakta. You must have a facts. Okay, you must have a facts about fermentation. Preferably something which is connected to the question. Alright, preferably. Alright, so fermentasi yeast, alright, menghasilkan carbon dioxide because carbon dioxide is the what yang push this thing, dia dalam manometer tu dia naik kan, right? And you susah payah you letak paraffin oil tu untuk apa? Supaya tak ada oksigen kan? So itu semua adalah fakta. Alright, kena ada fakta. Jangan kata fermentasi yeast ini adalah ketinggian cecair berwarna dari asal pada tempoh masa berbeza. Sudah. Kalau macam tu you punya tu tak lengkap. You kena ada fakta plus this that yang ditunjukkan oleh which is shown by which is shown by your RV and MV because the RV is what shows the result. Alright, which is shown by your RV and determined by your MV. That's it. Actually benda ni you boleh ambil dari sini tau. Susah payah, tak payah susah payah. Ambil je dari sini. Ni ketinggian berwarna adalah tempoh masa. Ini ambil sini, ambil dari sini aja. Kau dah buat dah awal-awal. Kan ambil je. Tekniknya mesti ada fakta, mesti ada RV, mesti ada MV. That's all. Alright. Okay, then yang ini is classifying. Alright, classifying. Alright. So which one is better? This one I cannot help you. Why is because we don't know what they want to classify. Ada kala dia suruh classify according to MV, RV. Ada kala dia suruh just classify like this. This one depends on what comes out. Ini I tak boleh tolong. Right? Okay. Kejap. Pergi meet kejap. Tengok adakah apa-apa soalan. Adakah soalan? Tak ada. Semua diam. Macam mana ni? Banyaknya. Macam mana ni? I ask to unmute dah. Adam Tarmizi?
Hi, teacher.
Hi,
teacher.
Hello.
Teacher.
Adam, you wanted to ask something here?
Teacher, is it the MV and RV is provided by the question?
Depending. Usually, if an experiment cannot exist with these two dears, an experiment must exist with these two, no matter what.
But the question for the first paper will not give us these things. The chances will not give us these things.
How do you want to conduct experiment without MV and RV?
So they will provide lah. Like they will plan an experiment, investigate something and something lah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just now.
Because if they don't tell you, then how you want to do?
Alright. Then I can.
Alright. Kalau salah satu procedure tulis macam ini boleh tak? Sebab tadi cikgu tak boleh ada. Jangan hilang. Kalau muncul, kalau kacaukan campuran dalam kedua-dua, menggunakan rod kaca untuk mengelakkan, yalah. Selinda penyukan terbalik. That is an apparatus malfunction. No dear. Why you want to, apabila kalau yeast kan, you letak, dia punya tu, you ingat, you kena kacau secara manja. You tak boleh, saya tak ada betul lah. You cannot go and macam buat teh tarik kata. Tak boleh. Nanti dia akan ada bubble even before you start the experiment. Then your result will be invalid lah. Kan kita bukan mau buat teh tarik, jangan kata. Cannot. You manja saja. 2 kiri, 2 kanan. Cukup. Tutup dia. You guys are hilarious.
Teacher. For the prediction kan, if they ask predict what will happen if maltose is replaced, maltose with the same concentration as the glucose used in the experiment, we change from glucose to maltose. So like will the value double because maltose is glucose plus glucose, right? So will
No.
it double or we just say it increases?
No, increases. You can use increases or remain the same, but there will be fermentation occurring. All right, you cannot assume just because it has glucose and glucose maltose means double. No. Dia punya cara tu lain. Tapi fermentation still can occur. That is the idea. Right? Okay. Fermentation operational, fermentation affected by MV. Okay, fermentation of yeast. Okay, RV, constant variable. Ini saya tak faham ni. Isi wari ni. Saya tak faham soalan dia tu. Yes, larutan berwarna will be colored solution so that easy for you to see. How? Boleh dia, boleh.
The operational definition supposed to write the fermentation of yeast, the responding variable plus the constant variable, and then the fermentation is affected by the manipulated variable.
You have effects there somewhere? I lost you along the way.
Like fermentation of yeast produce, so must state the fact lah.
Yeah, must have the facts.
Which is shown by the height of color of. Teacher, do you mind showing the operational definition again?
So actually the fact is the meaning in the textbook, right?
Yeah, any facts about this? Any facts about it? Right. From yeast fermentation of yeast produces carbon dioxide, or it happens without oxygen, which is shown by the height in the colored liquid in different times. That's it. You want to say it in English?
Yeah.
As long as you have a facts, you have your RV, you have your MV, you're done. Yes, dear.
The constant variable, which is 2 grams of yeast, is not necessary there, right?
Not necessary, but even if you put, nobody will penalize you for that. That's the beauty about paper 3.
But as long as the fact, what's most important is the fact fermentation of yeast produce carbon dioxide without oxygen, which is shown by the height of colored liquid from different times. Okay.
So if the same thing comes in a different, you see what is the MV and what is the RV in your experiment, apply the same concept. Okay?
The fact, make the theoretical fact.
Yeah. Alright. Okay. What? Yes.
Kalau yang prediction tu, kan you kena bagi nilai, tapi macam ada range tak? Like kalau terlebih
We
sangat.
don't know. Itu memang kita tak boleh. Itu memang kita tak boleh cakap sekarang. Until that experiment there. We cannot predict. That one thing is we cannot control. That is on the day only.
Safest ambil range berapa?
Mana boleh cakap. Depends on apa dia punya value.
But to be on the safe side, you said higher than what value lah.
Yes, but then if they you have to measure too. That's the thing. You have to measure lah. That's the thing. This one we cannot say, oh, if it's like because we don't know what is the value what is the amount of things that they're asking you to use. We don't know. Kan? Tipu kalau saya kata, oh, you guna range ini. Tak boleh. Because kita tak tahu dia punya nilai yang dia nak bagi tu berapa. Kalau saya ada nilai, baru saya boleh predict. Saya tak ada nilai, saya tak boleh predict.
Okay, thank you.
Teacher. Kalau untuk predict punya equation kan, kalau you tanya apa jadi kalau kita masukkan glukosa tu twice dia punya yang macam 2 kali ganda and then dibiarkan untuk berapa hours. Then apa jadi dekat dia punya height tu?
Okay, first of all dia apabila you predict kan, okay, saya tengok daripada you punya soalan tu ada dua yang dia ubah. Dia takkan bagi macam itu dia. Tadi you kata glukosa ditambah 2 kali. Kan? Lepas tu you kata you letak dia 5 jam. Tak boleh macam itu. Either you tambah 2 kali atau you letak 5 jam. Mana satu you nak?
Kalau dia tambah 2 kali apa jadi?
Double lah. Because now glukosa tu you ada substrate tu lebih banyak.
So fermentasi
double
lagi tinggi lah.
Kalau biar 5 jam pun fermentasi
tinggi. Contohnya dia jadi 30 cm kan pada awalnya. So kalau you glukosa 2 kali, so you predict lah 45 ke, 50 ke, atau you nak 60 pun boleh, tak ada masalah. Tapi you kena predict a value. Right? So tanpa nilai saya tak boleh cakap. That's the thing. Alright?
Teacher.
Okay guys, this perkataan ini.
Teacher, I have a question
Hello?
about the soalan
Yes,
ramalan.
yes, yes.
Ramalkan.
Ramalkan, yes.
If the temperature too high, won't the Z-mass in yeast denatured? Will there any change like in height?
Definitely will decrease.
If the
Definitely
temperature
will
too high?
Yeah. Because yeast is a living organism, it will be dead. Mampus lah yeast tu. Kalau yeast dah mampus, macam mana mau buat fermentation?
For yeast, what the temperature that the Z-mass will be denatured?
Anything beyond 60 lah. Anything beyond 60 is called as a high temperature already. Right.
40 or 45?
Okay,
40 or
shall we
45?
go into perkataan yang perlu dielakkan? Okay, please don't take these words for granted. Just now also, even before we started, I told you. Whenever you're dealing with this fermentation ini, tolong guna perkataan fermentasi alkohol. Kerana kita ada 2 jenis fermentasi saja, iaitu fermentasi alkohol dan fermentasi asid laktik. Alright, so yeast menjalani fermentasi alkohol. Okay, yeast menjalani fermentasi alkohol. Okay, satu lagi yang you kena elakkan is just using just fermentation. Just fermentasi. Itu pun tolong elakkan because fermentasi ada 2, you yang mana? Kan? And you nak guna berkali-kali pun boleh. Tak ada siapa akan salahkan kamu. Gunalah fermentasi alkohol ni berkali-kali. Tak ada masalah. Mana-mana you nak sumbat je lah, tak ada masalah. Kan? So, dia akan bagi prediction naik ke turun, naik ke turun, naik ke turun. Itu saja you cerita. Alright? Tapi fix your mind, alcohol fermentation. Glukosa. This is your MV. Because dalam fermentasi, benda yang paling-paling penting adalah glukosa. Alright, glukosa tak ada, fermentasi tak boleh berlaku. Yeast tak ada siapa nak kerja. Yeast tak boleh kerja, yeast tak ada benda nak kerja. No, nothing to work upon. Alright, you must have glucose and you must have yeast. Alright, if you have yeast but you don't have glucose, no fermentation. Alright, but you have glucose but no yeast also, lambat laun jadilah. Tapi usually on the spot no jadi. Alright, apa yang menyebabkan bubble itu adalah carbon dioxide. Please don't say it's alcohol. Why alcohol cannot be used? Because our friend fermentate. Fermentate pula. Our friend evaporate. Evaporate Melayu panggil apa? Tersejat Kan, at room temperature tu dia cepat evaporate. Alright, at room temperature dia tu cepat evaporate. Alright, okay. Then after that dia ada anaerobic respiration ni jangan guna. Okay, I know why you are using this. Because many of our teachers, okay, they are not young teachers. They are very, very experienced teachers who have seen many syllabus. Sudah menjalani beberapa, sudah tua bangkang lah macam saya lah kan. Sudah berapa syllabus dah nampak dah kan. Tapi anaerobic, teacher ni, you punya penggubal, you punya DSKP tau, you punya syllabus ni tau. Apabila kita tengok apa tu anaerobic respiration tu, anaerobic respiration dia punya maksud tu terlalu deep. Sangat-sangat deep. Sampai kita pun takut mau cakap tentang tu. Sebab itu, you punya textbook ini kita bagi hanya 2 saja. Kalau ada oksigen, you buatlah aerobik. Kalau tak ada oksigen, kita bagilah fermentasi. Itu saja. So kalau boleh jangan guna perkataan anaerobic respiration, respirasi anaerob. I know a lot of teachers, you know why? Because mereka tak perasan. Because the previous syllabus memang we freely use the word anaerobic untuk situasi yang tak ada oksigen. But you know, when we are doing the syllabus, that's when we found out that anaerobic respiration tu maksud dia tu terlalu deep. Too deep. Like Marina Trench like that. Kan? So we don't want to go into that. So we stick to the basic aerobic respiration, ada oksigen, lu buat aerobic respiration. You tak ada oksigen, you buatlah fermentasi alkohol atau fermentasi asid laktik. Habis cerita. Alright? And anywhere in your script, jangan guna perkataan oxidized. Pengoksidaan. Kita susah payah pergi letak paraffin oil. Susah payah pergi D-Day itu glukosa. Buat apa? Tak mau kasih oksigen masuk kan? So macam mana you boleh guna perkataan oxidized? Kan? Unless dia suruh ramalkan, okay, so this situation, you tak ada paraffin oil, kan? Tak ada paraffin oil, what will happen? Itu lain. Okay, itu lain. Okay, but when you have oxidization tu, you tolong jangan, because a lot of students like to use this word. Glucose is partially oxidized. Hello, please lah. It's either you are fully oxidized or you are broken down, partially broken down. That's it. When you're dealing with fermentasi, tolong jangan, mana-mana pun tolong jangan guna perkataan oxidized, boleh tak? You janji dengan teacher hari ni. Esok pagi saya bangun buat bio, mana-mana pun saya tak nak guna perkataan oxidized. Right? Because soalan yang ini, kita guna fermentasi. Fermentasi is tanpa oksigen. Right? So that is the idea. Okay, sekarang kita tengok berapa perkara yang perlu ditengok. Okay, kalau suhu tinggi, just now ada orang tanya kan? Yes, yeast akan mati. So, apa pemerhatian you akan dapat? You punya height will be reduced lah. Kenapa? Fermentasi reduce lah. So, carbon dioxide reduce lah. Ini saja, you main dengan ni 3 saja. Dia bagi satu situasi, you bagi tahu height dia ni increase or decrease. Lepas tu bagi value lah kan, ini ramalan kan, bagi value. Right? Okay, fermentasi mengurang. Carbon dioksida berkurangan. Itu kalau suhu tinggi. Kalau suhu rendah pula, letak dalam ais lah pula. What happens if you go and put in the ice? Right, what happens if you go and put in the ice? The yeast will become inactive. Sama juga, dia punya tinggi tu akan menjadi rendah. So you bagilah value. So fermentasi akan menjadi rendah. So carbon dioksida akan menjadi rendah. Habis. Okay, ini saja ramalan. Kalau dia kata ramalkan with this one, what will happen? This is how you answer. You predict dia akan jadi tinggi ke rendah. Bagi satu value. Lepas tu you main dengan fermentasi alkohol tu meningkat ke, carbon dioksida meningkat ke, habis cerita. Suhu maksimum, optimum. Bukan suhu maksimum. That's a, a lot of student ni, dia tak tahu mana nak guna maksimum, mana nak guna optimum. Apabila suhu optimum, best, suhu optimum, this is the best temperature. The fermentation maximum is the highest. You faham tak beza benda ni? Jangan simply go and use optimum and maximum tau. Alright? When the temperature is at the best, the most suitable, paling bagus, fermentasi akan paling tinggi. Maximum. Alright, you jangan kata suhu maksimum, fermentasi optimum. Ayo, kalau boleh dua-dua itu lain. Okay, you give them the best temperature, our friend will work the best. Okay, so sama juga. Fermentasi itu, dia akan menjadi, ketinggian tu akan menjadi tinggi, fermentasi akan meningkat, carbon dioksida akan meningkat. That's it. Alright. Kalau dia tiada paraffin, apa akan jadi? You semua buat, semua dah buat, lepas tu luka, aduh barulah tak lupalah pula letak paraffin oil. So dia yeast ini akan menjadi respirasi aerobik. Kan? Ada tadi saya dekat itu tanya, oh cikgu, yeast boleh jadi ada fermentasi, ada respirasi aerobik tak? Guys, one thing that you need to understand, aerobic respiration is universal for everybody. Kalau you ada oksigen cukup, you ni gajah ke, you ni kucing ke, you ni yeast ke, you ni amoeba ke, you ni bakteria ke, you ni saya ke, you ke, semua orang akan buat aerobic respiration. It's universal. But what different is our fermentation. Apabila tak ada oksigen ini kan, semua organisma ni dia ada cara-cara lain untuk survive tau. Fermentation is actually the survival mode. You know, they know that this is temporary. So they know that they tak ada oksigen. Okay, fine. But I don't want to be drop dead. I don't want to be drop dead. Right? So it's a survival mode. So if you get oxygen, straight away you will do aerobic respiration. Okay, if you don't have oxygen, then you will switch your mode into fermentation. Alright, depending on what is the type of organism. Teacher ni banyaklah pula berkhutbah ni kan. Jangan kacau yeast kuat-kuat. Itulah tadi Teh Tarik punya cerita. Esok jangan kau gelak masa buat ni. Klik, 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 klik. Lepas tu daripada silinder menyungkat terpelanting. Hilarious lah. But yeah, there's a possibility of that doing here. But that is actually carelessness. Okay? Remember, carelessness of a human nature cannot be taken as your precaution. Kau faham tak apa tu? Precaution tu apa? Precaution ialah langkah berjaga-jaga supaya kamu mendapat result yang, nice result, a good result, a best result, an optimum result. It's not a human error. Kan? Jangan rod kaca, jangan kuat-kuat, nanti dia patah, dia cucuk lu punya tangan. Hey, please lah. That is all human error. Alright, human error cannot become a how to say, I don't know how to explain lah. I faham lah, I tak tahu macam mana nak cakap. Tapi dia tak boleh menjadi you punya precaution. Precaution ialah apa-apa amalan yang kamu buat untuk memastikan you punya result is the best. That's it. Alright, terpelanting lah apalah semua tak ada kan. Kita tak mau kacau dia tu. Why is because kita, apa you mau ukur? You mau ukur gelembung. Kan, you mau ukur gelembung. Kalau you sudah tu awal-awal sudah ada gelembung, macam Teh Tarik, macam mana lu punya result mau valid? Kan, itu sebab dia kata lu kasih manja. 2 kali sini, 2 kali sana. Habis cerita. Okay, next, kalau kepekatan glukosa yang tadi the one girl asked, teacher kalau glukosa double, glukosa meningkat, fermentation akan meningkat. Okay, one question, kejap, you all are there or not? Okay, can change yeast fermentation? This is what I call overthinking on the why dear, why? Why yeast is better? Of course, dear, this is a very good teacher. Why yeast is better dalam aerobic? Dear, if you do aerobic respiration, you are oxidizing the glucose completely. You are getting nearly 3000 kilojoule. Who the one? Kalau kamu yeast kan? Kalau kamu yeast saya kata, you buat fermentasi, I give you 150, 210. Tengok kejap. Lupa lah pula. 210. Kalau you buat aerobik saya bagi kamu 3000. 2898. Yang mana you mau? Yang mana you mau? 2898 kilojoule kah? Atau you mau 2210? Kan? Walaupun yeast ini kan dia bodoh. Dia bodoh kan? Tapi everybody want to undergo aerobic respiration. Everybody want to undergo aerobic respiration. Fermentasi is survival mode. Macam kita sekarang sedang lari kan? Kita lari kan? Kaki macam you can't feel your legs because there's no oxygen, lack of oxygen. But you're not dead. You're not dead. So it's a survival mode. Even though you tak ada enough oxygen, you tak cukup oksigen pun, badan kamu akan beradaptasi supaya you masih teruskan lagi perjalanan. Kan? Because dia tahu itu adalah temporary. What's temporary ni ya? Not permanent lah. Kan? So you kena fikir macam tu. Of course, aerobic respiration is so much more advantageous. You akan break, you akan oxidize the glucose completely. Kan? You akan oxidize the glucose itu completely. Untunglah. Kan? Okay. Let's say my MV is presence of glucose. One of my test tube, okay. So, one of the point will be in original in the graph, is it? Depends on apa dia suruh graph kamu tu. Dia hendak akhir punya ke atau dia hendak perbezaan? Kan? That part we cannot say. It all the say. It depends. You kena baca soalan juga. Kan? Kalau dia kata perbezaan, then it will be zero lah. Because there's no increase in the height. Right? But kalau dia kata just the height, then it will be just there. Kan? It's a process of, tengok, baru saya Harshini, who is this girl? Baru saya cakap jangan guna perkataan oxidize. Kalau si dia ada kat sini, saya mau seke dia punya kepala. What are the three banned words? Oxidized, fermentation, or yeast fermentation, anaerobic respiration. Ban that from your band. Right? Then oxidization of glucose, tak boleh. Fermentation is not oxidization. Limited or without oxygen is okay. Produce carbon dioxide. This is shown by MV and influenced by, that's it. Why you want to complicate life? Okay, lagi apa? Yes. Mana ada respirasi anaerobik? Baru saya teacher ni bertekak, tekak kering teacher dah cakap ni. Sekejap minum air je. Sorry lah, gelas-gelas teacher ni semua yang deplorable. Jangan susah gini dong. That's my mantra. Make it easy. You have any easy way? Find it. Do it. Stick to it. Right? Lagi apa? If the experiment is not from the same concept, there will be procedure, right, teacher? Very hard to answer that. Very hard to answer that question. Might be, might not be. Right? What if the experiment is from your form 3? Possible, right? Possible. Right? Okay. Kalau kita tutup, dia tak jadi aerobik lah. Kalau kita tutup, dia tak jadi. Tak faham. Yalah. Yeah. If you don't tutup, it will be aerobic. Actually, by right, your aerobic respiration, then it will be higher, you know. Because you produce more carbon dioxide, complete oxidization. Right, tapi tak shock lah, kan. Apa guna yeast ni, kan. Okay, kalau kacau kuat sangat ada kehadiran oksigen, yes. Lepas tu ada buih pula. You mau ukur buih. Kalau awal-awal sudah ada buih, valid lah result kamu, kan. Dye boleh produce carbon. What dye dia? Operational fermentation of yeast is a process of producing carbon dioxide. Very good. Fact Apai, Mr. Apai punya ni. Tengok ni. Kita marking dia punya jawapan. Fermentation of yeast is a process of producing carbon dioxide. 1 mark. Which is shown in the level of colored liquid. 1 mark. In different period of time. 1 mark. Fantastic dah. 3 markah habis. Ambil kau. Biograph dia freehand. Yes. Cikgu, how yeast boleh respirasi day? Just now I said aerobic respiration is universal for everyone in the world. My goodness, I didn't pin this properly. It's universal for everybody. You ni tikus ke, yeast ke, amoeba ke, bacteria ke, you ada oxygen, you will do this. Okay, you just have to connect the points. Gelombang udara cannot be boleh ubah bergerak balas ke? Yes dear, but how you want to ukur dia? Ini siapa ni? To everyone. Tarshika Vijayan. Gelombang udara, are you, but that's the thing, I cannot say. Gelombang udara, are you counting them or what? Right, but you must find a way to measure them, dear. You must find a way to measure them. Either you kira the gelombang or you measure the height. It can happen that way, but you must find a way to measure them. Unless it's a yes or no question lah. How is okay? Lagi siapa? Curve apa directly? Bio no such thing as directly proportional lah. Tukar jadi activity. Jangan. Right? Fermentation. Oh, okay. Ini. Lepas 5 jam. Yes. Okay, tadi ada someone asked. She said that if you leave it for 5 hours, apa akan jadi? Dia ada 2 benda yang akan berlaku dah. Nombor 1, all your glucose fermented habis. Sudah, finish. You biar benda tu kan, you biar, you just say lah kan, ini manometer kan. Manometer, you biar dia 5 jam. Sepatutnya 10 minit je, kau biar je 5, kau malas nak cuci lah kan. Kau biar je 5 jam. So dia akan increase. After that it will stop. You tahu kenapa? Ada 2 sebab. Satu, semua glukosa di dalam the test tube itu sudah habis fermented. No more substrate ready. Okay? The second thing is, you tahu alcohol is a pembunuh microorganism kan? Dia akan bunuh yeast itu. So they will kill the yeast. So the yeast tak boleh. Right? So these are the 2 consequences. Either there's no more substrate. Okay, there's no more substrate. Okay, no more substrate, no more fermentation, no more alcohol fermentation. Alright. Satu lagi ialah kepekatan yeast yang tinggi. Kepekatan yeast pula. Kepekatan alkohol yang tinggi. Too much of alcohol. What it will do is it will kill the yeast. So yeast is not there, no fermentation. Right? Okay. Teacher, apa suhu optimum untuk yeast membiak? Safe dia, safe Lechumi Sri. Safe temperature ialah jangan lebih daripada 40. Boleh tak? Not more than 40. Alright? So make it dalam 30 to 40. Just nice. More than that, not that suitable. Alright? Ada lagi ke? Kejap message ni. Jangan sisa hidup. Ni best. Okay, lagi apa ni aerobik? Presence of glucose, one of my contains. Okay, ini dah lagi tengok atas ni. Sukanya saya. How about penunjuk bicarbonate? Penunjuk bicarbonate, it's a confirmatory test whether you have carbon dioxide or not. Right? It's actually bicarbonate indicator is actually a spectrum. How to say that? Dia menunjukkan spectrum. That makes kalau dia penunjuk bicarbonate is a spectrum. Right? Bicarbonate indicator. Kejap. I nak cari ayat dia ni. Bicarbonate indicator. Bicarbonate indicator. Kan? So, bicarbonate indicator, kejap, macam ni. Kan? Dia itu, kan, saya tak tahu dia boleh nampak ke. Kan? It's actually, dia menunjukkan kepekatan oksigen tau. Kalau oksigen banyak, dia akan, kejap. Okay, kalau oksigen banyak, dia akan jadi yellow color. Kalau oksigen kurang, dia jadi purple color. So, dia tak boleh guna sebagai confirmatory test. It's a spectrum. So, you boleh tengok warna-warna ni boleh tunjuk sama ada dia tu banyak atau kurang. Tapi I think here it's irrelevant lah. Right? 5 jam punya cerita, teacher dah cerita dah. Okay, if the effect of on dough, the presence and absence, okay, how to write the MV? When we want to see. This will take a very long time. I doubt it. But never mind, it's a valid question. Okay, you uli tu tepung. Mari kita buat pau kan. Kita uli tu tepung. You masuk yeast. By right, the yeast must rise. I mean the dough must rise. Dough tu mesti meningkat lah. Kenapa dia meningkat? Kerana carbon dioxide. You tahu tak? Kalau itu tepung you tak kasih air dia aerobik tau. Because udara masih boleh masuk ke dalam itu tepung. Kan tepung kan tepung. Right. But kalau you sudah letak air, dia jadi liat kan? Jadi liat. So yeast ini tak boleh respirasi, dia macam so masa itulah dia fermentasi. Masa itulah dia akan fermentasi. Sebab itu lepas tu dia fermentasi, you dapat apa? Karbon dioksida. So karbon dioksida akan menyebabkan dough itu naik. Like that. Gerunnya muka teacher. Masa buat macam ni? But that is the idea lah dia. But I think it's like within 45 minutes it's lepas tu you kena kotorkan tangan, kena uli tepung. Kan? I don't know. Alright? But basically that is the idea. Itulah idea dia. Alright? Kalau ada tepung, bermaksud they want to make sure situasi itu adalah aerobik. Situasi dia adalah fermentation. Right? Okay, kalau soalan tanya apa berlaku pada kadar 5 jam. Itulah kalau 5 jam, dua perkara berlaku. Either the alcohol tu sudah membunuh yeast tu atau you punya glukos sudah habis. No more glucose. Elect. Alright. Di dalam jadual minta kadar boleh lukis kalau minta. Dia minta lu bagilah. Jangan tak bagi. Teacher kata jangan. Mana saya dah kata. Kalau dia kata dia minta lu bagilah. Kalau dia tak bagi apa dia minta, dia takkan bagi you mark. Kalau you tak bagi apa dia minta, dia takkan bagi kamu markah lah. Buatlah apa dia minta. Ayo, kadang-kadang budak-budak ni. Okay, lagi apa? Any graph will come. I don't know dia. That one memang kita tak boleh cakap. Apa nilai saintifik yang mereka nak uji tu kita tak ada. We have no control. Okay, hari ni fizik unguided. So esok maybe procedure is given. Maybe. Alright. Teacher share note tak? Nanti saya I save this all this marking ini. I will send it to your admin. Alright, I'll send it to her. Send it to her or she. I don't know. Honestly, I don't even know who am I dealing with. Aduh. Is there any possible to do unguided? Anything is possible here. We don't know. Penting teknik dia. Tak ada siapa kan nak tanya tentang teknik. Bermaksud 100% you all are illuminated. Baguslah teacher ni illuminated. Semua faham gila. Yeah. Sebab oksigen.
Teacher. How should we write the procedure, teacher? If they didn't give the procedure.
How to write the procedure?
Like simplest way for this experiment.
I will send it to your admin.
Oh, okay, can teacher.
Teacher, I have one question. Teacher, I just want to ask for me to just reconfirm. If let's say there's no paraffin oil, so the height of the colored liquid will increase. Sebab dia akan berlaku aerobic respiration. Betul tak teacher? Okay.
Complete
you,
oxidization of glucose.
Okay, thank you teacher.
Teacher, just now we mentioned that if the concentration of the glucose increases, right, then the fermentation increases, the height increases and so on. But what if they say that if they mention about the volume of the glucose, because the concentration and volume is a different thing.
But then even the volume is different one, but the concentration is the amount of glucose in the certain volume. Right.
So if they ask what happens if the volume of the glucose increase instead of the concentration, it's the same.
Volume increases.
Like example, the concentration is still 5%, but we are using 30 ml instead of 15 ml. What would happen?
Actually, will increase because more glucose.
Okay.
Yeah, more glucose. Yeah, you are right. But
Miss,
by right,
teacher.
give the concentration now. Yeah.
Miss, just now someone asked if the glucose replaced by the tepung, then I should write less carbon dioxide gas is produced, or I should write take more time to break down the glucose.
Less carbon dioxide in that certain time frame, less carbon dioxide because there's no substrate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But if
Teacher.
Itu lain Yes.
Yeah, teacher.
Yes,
What
yes.
if amylase enzyme added in it?
Where you want to add that, Amma?
What will happen? What will happen, teacher?
What will happen if we add the amylase enzyme? Our teacher tell us.
Our teacher tell
Okay,
us.
wait. Okay, you want to add it into what? Into coffee?
Into solution. Into the yeast solution.
Does the yeast have starch?
Yeah. No.
Then your amylase has no function there. If you don't have any starch there, your amylase has no function there. End of story.
Teacher,
Yes, if you don't have starch, why your amylase got no function? Lah, dia tak ada kerja ke sana?
Teacher, I want to ask
Uninverted guess.
Teacher already mentioned that for the Amali, don't use anaerobic respiration, oxidation, or yeast fermentation. So basically fermentation in yeast is basically fermentation is the breaking down of yeast undergoes alcohol fermentation where glucose is broken down without the presence of oxygen to produce ethanol, carbon dioxide, and energy.
Teacher, nanti ada eksperimen kawalan sekali tak kena buat, teacher?
Yeah. Definitely. Your
Teacher.
PMP will be doing an experiment kawalan each time you are doing. Setiap sidang tu.
Excuse me, teacher.
Oh, maknanya
What
nanti
is the
bukan kita lah yang buat
purpose of this
eksperimen tu.
experiment?
So dia akan buat eksperimen ke sana. Sebab itu you punya result tu kita tak boleh cakap. We cannot say inilah nombornya, inilah. We cannot. Why? Is because you don't. First of all, you don't know what's experiment coming up. You don't know what is the MV. You don't know what is the RV. Then whatever your answer ini, it is dirujuk kepada the PMP yang buat tahu. You punya valid data tu dia akan rujuk pada dia dulu. You punya dengan dia punya banyak beza ke? You punya dengan dia punya banyak beza ke? Macam itu dia akan tengok. So there are that part we have no control of.
I see.
Teacher, excuse me, teacher.
Yes.
What to say if the question asks for the purpose of this experiment?
MV and RV lah.
Oh, I see. Thank you, teacher.
Teacher. No matter what, make sure you are the MV, you are the RV. Semua you boleh tawan. Everything you can conquer already. Just make sure you know what is MV, RV, CV. You can conquer the whole experiment already.
So you meant to tell us that all the question is connected with MV and RV lah.
Yeah, because that is this experiment is about.
Okay.
What you are manipulating, what you get gerak balas, and what is the theoretical reason behind it. That's it.
Teacher, yang point suhu tinggi tadi, okay, contohlah dia suruh ramalkan apa yang berlaku sekiranya yeast tu dikenakan pada suhu yang tinggi. So explanation dia punya
kalau
nanti
you kata suhu tinggi tu, can you give me a value?
Maybe more than 40, like more than optimum dia. Lepas tu kan yeast tu akan mati. Contoh dia kata dia suruh explain kenapa kita cakap macam tu. So the explanation?
Yeast dead lah.
Yeah, yeast dead. Why?
Because the temperature is too high. But then 40 degrees low, it's more than 100 if you boil the yeast or that's when it happened lah.
Teacher?
Yeah.
Ya, if Amali untuk esok dia punya soalan dia kualitatif, graph yang kita lukis is bar chart, right?
Teacher,
it won't be qualitative.
Teacher,
It's
I
very
want to
hard
ask
to
a
be
question.
like that because they both, I don't know how to explain, but then this is like this is not a discrete graph.
They are not
Teacher, I want to
related,
ask.
teacher. They are independent events.
If guna madu, still fermentation occurred here.
Teacher, I want to ask the fermentation avoid using oxidation. So fermentation, what call this? Yeast undergoes alcohol fermentation where glucose is broken down to carbon dioxide, energy, and ethanol without the presence of oxygen.
That is only the facts. Are you trying to do operational definition?
No, I'm just setting the facts. So basically, it's without the presence of oxygen.
Yeah.
But you can write there in the operation definition as long as must have your responding variable with your manipulated variable.
Teacher, I have a question. There's one negeri trial where The question is based on diagram 1, plan an experiment to investigate the rate of reaction of yeast in different concentration glucose. So the RV will be
rate.
Concentration.
The RV is rate, the MV is concentration of glucose. No?
Teacher,
So that means
I want to
RV is
ask.
rate. But then
Teacher, I would like to ask.
like just now teacher said, right, we have to take direct RV. The direct RV not bubbles, is it?
Depends on the experiment. If you gave me what? You gave me the rate of yeast fermentation of yeast to the different concentration, right? So I am answering based on what you're giving me. So when you give me rate, I'll tell you the rate lah. If the experiment is giving you different, then if giving you another RV, then you have to use the direct RV lah. But that you didn't give me now. Right. So my answer is depending on what you are giving me.
So if an RV is already mentioned in the problem statement there, we just use that.
Yes. Okay. But if they didn't and they ask you to, just the direct RV, then use the direct RV. Right. So that's why I say it's not like fixed must be like this. You have to apply it, what they are giving you. Work with what you have, but use the same technique. Can. But if they have a rate, they must have a direct RV one. They cannot simply ask you to calculate the rate without, finding the direct RV. But it's not wrong if you use the direct RV or indirect RV. It's not wrong. Not wrong at all. But then, ada kala dia minta, you buat apa yang dia minta. Kalau dia minta rate, you buat rate. Kalau dia tak minta, dia tak suruh kau cari rate, dan tak payah. Tak payah menyusahkan diri. Right. Tak payah menyusahkan diri.
Teacher, I have question.
Yes.
Kalau dia minta persamaan kan, kalau kita bagi untuk yang untuk alkohol punya persamaan, kita kena tulis kat dia punya tenaga tu like 210 kilojoule. Kalau kita tulis salah, nanti dia jadi WCR.
Just use energy lah.
Masa tulis tenaga.
By right, because it's in our DSKP that you must be able to tulis persamaan perkataan. Itu adalah satu daripada benda dalam DSKP tu. So you kena tahu juga kan macam mana nak tulis fermentasi tu. Glucose, ethanol, carbon dioxide dengan energy. So yang dalam bracket, apabila apa maksud benda yang dalam bracket? Benda itu ada pun tak apa, tak ada pun tak apa. If you just leave it with energy pun tak ada masalah. No problem.
No problem. Teacher, kalau kita dah tertulis, then jawapan kita salah, dia jadi WCR.
What is WCR dia?
Wrong
cancel, right?
Yeah, yes.
Oh. WCR, I was like, what is that? Okay. Possible, kalau dia ini you're dealing with facts, it's always possible. But when you're technical, it's very less sedikit. Alright. So kalau dia ni when you're dealing with the terms, when you're dealing with facts, kalau you ada redundant facts, then it might apply. Alright. Tapi it's more prominent. Dahlah keluarlah pula bahasa yang dia orang putih aku ni. But dia ni lebih kepada paper 2 lah yang cancel right ni. More often. Alright.
Teacher.
More often.
Teacher, I have a
Yes,
question.
dia.
Teacher, kalau dia cakap berdasarkan eksperimen, kena tulis menghasilkan ethanol and tenaga tak? Sebab kita tak nampak.
Tapi kalau disuruh perkataan, persamaan perkataan, you kena tulis juga because itu juga yang keluar. Kan? Walaupun kita tak ukur. Kan? Walaupun kita tak ukur, kalau dia kata tuliskan persamaan perkataan fermentasi of alcohol, fermentasi alkohol atau fermentasi of yeast ini, you kena tulislah semua. Walaupun itu bukan apa yang you ukur.
So, definisi secara operasi kena tulis menghasilkan ethanol, karbon dioksida dan tenaga atau tulis karbon dioksida saja?
Karbon dioksida is enough.
Okay, teacher, thank you.
Tapi kalau
teacher.
persamaan perkataan semua ada ya.
Teacher, kita semua tahu kan soalan eksperimen ni berkait dengan MV and RV. When it comes to the question about the operational definition, do we need to put CV in that question? Do we need to answer with CV too in that question?
Nothing wrong if you do. That doesn't matter. Put it, no problem.
Okay.
If you're
Thank
comfortable
you.
with it, no worries.
Excuse me, teacher.
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask kalau macam diminta nyatakan bau larutan yang terhasil untuk eksperimen yang hasilkan bau alkohol tu, nak cakap bau bau tengik terhasil or bau etanol terhasil?
Bukan bau tengik. Alcohol is alcohol smell, dear.
So
Bau
nak cakap,
tengik is like for sulfur dioxide, right?
ya. So nak cakap bau
Oh,
alkohol.
alcohol.
Oh, I see. No, bau etanol.
Like Esther, you will say that sweet smell, right?
Yeah.
Alcohol is alcohol smell.
Teacher,
Alcoholic.
teacher, if we write directly alcohol smell, what can write for the inference, teacher?
Sorry, I didn't catch you there. What is it?
If observation we write smell, alcoholic smell is I smell an alcohol, then what need to write for the inference?
Then alcohol present lah, because it's for alcohol fermentation. So alcohol is present lah.
But we already mentioned in the observation.
Never mind lah. But then memang itu saja. You have no other ways of saying it.
Not pungent smell is released.
Sorry?
Pungent smell is released.
No, alcohol is not pungent, dear. Please don't use the word pungent. Hey, you all are very much influenced by paper 2, you know. Paper 2, kalau dia kata sekali sudah use dana, you tak boleh use ini. Hello, please. You punya paper 3, it doesn't work that way. Please feel free to use the word alcohol fermentation, carbon dioxide, glucose. Feel free to use all of them as many times as you like. Because here, remember, apa yang kita uji ialah teknik. Berkali-kali you boleh guna perkataan teknik. Dia bagi you satu situasi, meningkat, menurun. Explain. Meningkat, menurun. Explain. Teknik, it's not like paper 2,
Teacher, how many
minutes
it take to produce carbon dioxide gas bubbles, teacher? Minimum.
How many
minutes it takes the carbon dioxide bubbles to form?
All depends on the condition and the environment of the experiment. That one I have no idea. Other color, if the experiment is like they put a perfect temperature, the situation is beautifully and beautifully without oxygen, the glucose concentration is, our friend will start bubbling straight away. But if all these factors are not controlled properly, then you have to wait.
Teacher, aerobic respiration is, can we say, is like breakdown of glucose?
Oxidization of glucose, Amma.
Oh, not complete breakdown of glucose.
Boleh juga, but if it's aerobic respiration, you can use the word oxidize.
What is the function? What is the function of enzyme zymase? Have you heard of it?
What a question! After nearly 20 years of teaching, you're asking me, have I ever heard of it?
Because I read an article about enzyme zymase helps in fermentation process.
Yeah, definitely. Because a lot of your glycolysis process and a lot of fermentation process are enzymatic reactions. Definitely. So that is another reason why when high temperature, in a slightly high temperature, not until you boil, until they're dead, mampus, but slightly high temperature, more than 60, your enzymes still struggle to work because of zymase, because of the zymase.
Teacher, apa jadi kalau kita tukar glukosa dengan artificial sweetener?
Nothing will happen, dah.
Nothing will
Tidak
happen.
akan ada peningkatan because tak ada glukosa.
Oh, okay.
Tak ada substrate.
Teacher, soalan tadi, they should study the effect of sugar and on yeast fermentation. And then they give cup A and cup B. Cup A contain distilled water and yeast. Cup B contain sugar solution and yeast. And then this will show the final height. Okay. And after that, this will draw the graph. Draw the graph between the height of solution and type of solution. That's why I asked you about the patutkah kita buat bar chart or sebab dia cup A and cup B.
Okay, senang cerita lah. Unless dia suruh you buat bar chart, jangan buat bar chart. Boleh tak?
Oh, okay.
Teacher nak tanya.
Hmm.
Kalau dia suruh buat equation tu kan. So kalau value of the energy value tu kalau kita nak tulis tu boleh ke atau memang perlu?
Boleh. Kalau you tak omit pun tak apa because by right in our tu apabila dia kan you tengok dalam textbook dia dalam kurungan betul?
Ya, teacher.
Kalau dia dalam kurungan dia tak ada pun tak apa. Penting energy tu.
Thank you.
Teacher. For the inference, we write observation plus the equation. We turn the equation into word, right? Just like we got the equation for the yeast fermentation. Now we just change it into word, and before it we write the observation. So that is the inference.
Can you give me an example because I dare not say yes straight away because it's something new.
All right, later let me think. Let me write down. Sorry.
Because I cannot simply say yes, then after that kan lepas tu tengok-tengok tak tally pula kan.
Teacher.
Yes.
Will they ask us like what equation that they want us to write, or will they just say write an equation for this experiment?
Write an equation for this experiment. Once it's fermentation, you should know that's the equation because it's already in our DSKP. You kena tahu.
Teacher, so when to know what if to write the alcohol fermentation equation or the aerobic respiration equation?
You tengok kalau sudah ada paraffin, you akan tulis yang mana?
Alcohol. Okay. Thank you, teacher.
Teacher, I got a
question. It depends on the situation lah.
Teacher, I have a question, teacher. What kind of graph will come? The graph will be bar chart or normal graph which is directly proportional or the curve upwards?
In bio, there's no directly proportion graph.
Teacher, I just figure out. For the inference, I write the height of the solution is increased because the yeast undergo alcohol fermentation that produce ethanol, carbon dioxide, and energy. Is that an inference?
So that is an inference.
Is it?
Yeah, produce carbon dioxide can lah. Glucose undergoes for alcohol fermentation, which produces carbon dioxide. That is sufficient enough.
That is sufficient enough. All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Teacher.
Right lah.
One more, teacher. How about just now the explain the relationship? Teacher said have to rank hypothesis plus inference, right? The hypothesis for inference is just like I said, and the hypothesis is the teacher. The give someone else first. Okay, thank you.
Sure. It's not a question, but I'm just trying to confirm if my answer is correct. So if I say for the operational definition, alcohol fermentation is an aerobic respiration.
Wait. Did they ask for alcohol fermentation or yeast fermentation of yeast?
Because isn't it that yeast is considered as alcohol fermentation also?
What they put in that ayat itu you kena bagi tahu. If they ask for alcohol fermentation, then alcohol fermentation. That's why if your niyat is alcohol fermentation, then you are right. But if it's a yeast fermentation of yeast, then you have to say yeast fermentation of yeast is.
Okay. So the question says definition for alcohol fermentation of yeast.
Alcohol fermentation of yeast. Operational definition of?
Alcohol fermentation in yeast.
Okay, so alcohol fermentation in yeast is without oxygen, which is measured, which is shown by RV and MV.
I can say anaerobic, right? Or do I have to just say?
Please don't use the word anaerobic.
Okay. So I say incomplete breakdown of glucose. That's more nice, is it?
Yeah, when produce carbon dioxide, why you want to forget carbon dioxide?
Okay.
Teacher, I want to ask, teacher has mentioned earlier that avoid using the word oxidation. So basically alcoholic fermentation is breaking down, is the incomplete breaking down of glucose without the presence of oxygen to produce ethanol, carbon dioxide, and energy.
Yeah. Nowhere you should use the word oxidization.
But is it what about like this fermentation is the oxidation of glucose that occurs in the presence of limited oxygen or without don't use that. Let's use breaking down of glucose.
Can you please ban that word?
Okay, teacher.
Ban it. That's it. Ban it. End of story.
So just
Teacher,
breaking down of glucose without the presence of oxygen. Okay, teacher.
Habis.
Teacher, so the relationship, explain the relationship. The answer is when there is a presence of glucose, yeast will undergo alcohol fermentation. The height of mixture will increase. Yeast undergo alcohol fermentation that produce carbon dioxide.
What is this question, Aya?
The question is explain the relationship as just now the slide.
Okay. So what is your hypothesis?
My hypothesis is when there is presence of glucose, yeast will undergo alcohol fermentation. The height of mixture.
Wait, hypothesis cannot be. Bukan hypothesis is your height and so on.
So the height of mixture will increase.
Okay.
My hypothesis is the whole hypothesis is when there is presence of glucose, yeast will undergo alcohol fermentation. The height of mixture will increase. This is my hypothesis. This is due to yeast undergo
alcohol fermentation
and produce carbon dioxide. Oh, okay. Thank you, teacher, so much.
Teacher, if the question asks like what the another word for fermentasi alcohol, can we say anaerobic respiration?
Sorry, I was reading the comment. It was so funny. What was it? Sorry.
Kalau soalan tu tanya nak mulai untuk fermentasi alkohol, can we say like anaerobic respiration?
Dia takkan tanya dulu. Because dalam textbook dia ada satu saja. tak ada dia takkan tanya, don't worry. Dia tak boleh tanya macam tu.
Teacher.
That's a very deep meaning.
Teacher. I'm still don't understand about the technique to answer the inference. Can you tell?
Inference is the reason why it happened.
We have to include MV and RV and reason.
Yeah.
Just like that.
RV and reason. Yeah, that's it.
The reason is fakta lah.
Why you all don't accept when it's easy, huh? You all always expecting something hard, is it? When I give you easy ones, you all don't accept. Macam ni saja ke? Tak percaya aku. Macam tu
No, teacher, we believe, teacher. Teacher.
Hilarious lah you guys. I'm trying to make your life easier, but you all want to make it somehow complicated. Aku tak faham lah benda-benda ni.
Teacher.
Yeah.
By the way, later the slide teacher will send in the Telegram group.
I'm sending it now to your admin. All right.
Is it in the Jegu Fadli Bio Sensei group, right?
No, to your admin.
I don't know because my teacher say he doesn't participate in this Zoom and he will not send this slide to us.
I have no idea lah.
There's a Telegram link in the chat box. You join that group, you can get the slide there.
Oh my god, thank you so much.
See, that's networking. It's not nice of you.
Yeah, and I have a question. Okay, so suppose the experiment, right? One test tube is you're gonna test about glucose and yeast. Another one, they're just gonna ask you to put yeast in what do we call it? Distilled water, and then like compare which one fermentation occurs. So what term can I use for my manipulated variable? Because the difference is the glucose and the distilled water. So what term can I use?
Presence lah. Present or not present?
Okay.
So what is the level of water towards the glucose?
Sorry, in this experiment, right? If they ask the observation, so my first observation would be the height in the test tube that does glucose is higher lah. I state the value and all.
Sorry, dear, I lost you there.
Okay, it's okay. The first observation, if they ask the observation based on the experiment that has one test tube of glucose and another test tube of distilled water. So if they ask the observation, so I'm gonna state that the first test tube where the glucose is present, the height is higher lah. I will state the value of the height.
Yeah.
And then the second observation, if they ask, I'll state the observation where I can see from the distilled water, the height is lower, and then I'll state the value. But what if they ask only one observation? So I only give one.
Yeah, give the one with the glucose, like easier for you to find the inference.
Okay, so inference, I just compare the one with the glucose, the one with the distilled water, and I state why.
Why?
Which is because yeast only undergoes fermentation in the presence of glucose and produces carbon dioxide. That's it, right?
Yeah, because glucose is the substrate. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. What
Teacher. Teacher, in case we replace fructose with glucose, the fermentation rate increases, right, teacher?
No, it will be same.
But won't fructose hydrolyze to sucrose and sucrose hydrolyze to fructose and glucose, teacher? In case if we replace sucrose with glucose
solution. It will still happen. Right? It will still happen.
At a higher rate, teacher.
Higher or same?
Okay, teacher.
Okay, higher or same?
Teacher, for the observation, we just smell like alcohol solution form, CO2 gas form, and the height of the solution form is the solution is RV is height of form, height of solution, and that's the observation. We just need to write that. Or we need to write the MV value, comma RV value.
Value. Observation must have value. Data value.
But something like presence of carbon dioxide, I don't have the value.
Then that is the value lah. That is the present or no. That is your MV lah kan.
So the value can be exact value or be ada or tidak ada.
Ada atau tidak ada.
Okay.
Kan? Kalau dia ada bagi value, kita letak value. Kalau dia kata ada tak ada lah.
Okay.
Right. Okay, dears. I think that's all for today. Final question.
Teacher. If they wish measuring A.
So good luck for your exam tomorrow. So remember all the technique that I taught you today. Alright. Okay.
Teacher,
so
only one question, teacher. Before last, I have to say thank you to you, teacher.
One question, teacher.
Thank you, teacher.
What is the effect of water?
Thank you, teacher. Thank you.
Thank you, teacher.
Bye.